maybe they're trolling you.
It's just no, they're not. They're not trolling. It just isn't showing up in OBS. Okay, it's showing up in OBS now. All right, there we go. We're live now. But yeah, there you go. My microphone's I mean, you already heard that the microphone was broken. I just had to plug it in again real quick. I don't know what's going on. It's very unusual.
I'll just translate the entire episode for you.
Yes. What we're gonna do is that I'm gonna talk on Skype, and then Inks is gonna roleplay as me, and that's how this is gonna go. This is basically a roleplay stream.
I can type in chat for the deaf people like we were doing for World War.
Exactly. Wait, Inks, can you sign? Can you sign for people as well?
I don't know any sign.
I'm pretty sure that was racist.
Yeah, neither do I. I mean, yeah,
that was my luck. I just offended somebody.
Said something really offensive, just for like randomly moving your hands around. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, guys, look who we have here. It is Ajaxx. You may know him as the Potato Warrior, the top warrior in all of EU.
Top warrior in China.
Top warrior in China. Best Chinese warrior ever, guys. Okay. Oh. Yeah, but there's been a lot going on this week, hasn't there? I mean, in fact, we got an announcement. We got an announcement about how nothing's going on from the man himself. So you like that communication thing? So you got some communication spice? You want to lay it down?
I do have some communication spice. So here on Tea Time, we would like to announce officially the first ever annual VGCAs, which is Video Game Communication Awards. And we have some contenders here. It's very important. It's very important, guys. They're going to get the white-plated phone as their communication trophy for whoever wins. And the contenders this year is Hello Games, the makers of No Man's Sky. Great communication, good communicators. We have Blizzard Entertainment, who makes overpriced Team Fortress 2, also known as Overwatch. Great communicators there. And, of course, we have ArenaNet with the makers of Guild Wars 2, which is what this podcast is about. And I'm very happy and proud to announce that ArenaNet has won the Communication Award this year. Well done, guys. Well, I think we're going to have Colin Johansson come down. I mean, sorry, he left for a game that cares about PvP. We have Mike O'Brien coming. He's going to accept the Communication Award for adding AMAs to we get an AMA on Reddit, not even the official forums. We get an AMA on Reddit the day a patch releases. But like as soon as you can play it, boom, you're supposed to be on Reddit talking to the devs about how awesome the patch is that you just haven't even played yet. And even better than that, they should get extra praise. The Reddit community has been very excited this past week because of the fantastic communication that you should regularly get from a company developing a game. So we got this fantastic news that it was going to be delayed, which many of us speculated. It was very nice to hear that. No sarcasm there. It was very nice to hear the communication that was going to be delayed. It's fantastic. I'm just not sure that it's worth all of the accolades and applause that Reddit is giving on this fantastic communication policy that we're now getting. So, bravo.
Well done.
You guys won the White Telephone Award. And congratulations. Thanks for all the communication.
Was that Mike's post 4 days ago? Was that the only post this year from him officially on the forums? I think it was, right? He's
put out a couple other messages. In the forums.
With regards to Legendary Armor, didn't he post about Legendary Armor? How they were
Legendary Armor.
Yeah, they were going to ship it with. Well, they think they might be able to ship it with the next release
in episode 5. Yep. Yeah. So I mean, and to be fair, the thing said that episode 5 is going to be an important episode. They want to make sure they get it right. Again, in all seriousness, I appreciate that communication, but to me, that is regular communication. That is how you should be communicating. And there's this, I guess, divide between people where they feel like it's good, like they feel like the communication is better than it ever has been. And don't get me wrong, the AMAs are nice. Even nicer if they did it like the day after the patch released. But the MAs are nice, but they don't really hype anything anymore. There was a post I talked about on Talking Scrit about how Mo had said that they don't want to talk about stuff until they release content. They don't want to hype stuff. They don't want to talk about stuff that might come. And I get it. I understand it. But at the same time, you know, I want to be a little bit hyped. I want to get a little bit excited. I want to get a little bit frisky. I want a little something.
Ooh.
I'm getting nothing. You know, we wait 2 months for another patch, and we get a thing that says it's going to be delayed. Which, by the way, I have no problem with them delaying it. I think that's a good idea. Get the patch right, especially if it's important. Legendary armor, you know, that's a good thing. But ESL drops Guild Wars 2, no PR response, no reassurance that we know what we're doing with PvP.
Dead game. Do you think they should? Do you think they should just tweet out dead game? If someone, if the guy in charge of, the people in charge of the Guild Wars 2 Twitter, should they just put dead game?
Yeah, DED.
Yeah, DED, dead. But yeah, I mean, you know, Inks. It was a good meme that was very spicy. I rate that curse lit out of spice. Okay, but you know, it's a really big point. You know, I mean, people love hype, don't they? Like, there can be a crazy amount of hype that can really build the momentum behind a game, and you just don't get that anymore. And in fairness, there have been some times where it kind of failed miserably, like Heart of Thorns, for example. You know, people were pretty excited for that, and then it released, and it kind of, well, the hype didn't really pay off, did it? The hype.
I mean, you got to deliver. You can't honorable mentions to No Man's Sky. You can't No Man's Sky it up and just promise the moon and literally not deliver the moon. I mean, you can't do that. It just doesn't work, you know. You can't take a flagship IP like Mass Effect and give it to your C team to develop. Generally doesn't go well when you go and release it, and your lip syncing is terrible, which they apparently fixed.
But
good job on fixing the C team's work on that one, Mass Effect.
If I had to pick between Colin and Mike, I would pick Mike. I just wish there was a little bit more. I'm not talking about like Colin's fucking blabbering, you know, going on and on type shit. But Mo's sort of more direct, which I like. I like that sort of more style, even though he doesn't really post that much, or you don't really hear anything. Like, I know a lot of Guild Wars 1 people like Colin, because Colin was Guild Wars 1, right? Because I didn't play Guild Wars 1.
Yeah. He was there. Well, he's been there since...
He started as a developer in Guild Wars 1, yeah.
Yeah, but Colin through the community is like the more known...
Yeah, everyone knows him for his wonderful smile. His beautiful face and wonderful smile.
Yeah, whereas for me, I came into the game in Guild Wars 2 from fucking awful World of Warcraft. And I thought Colin was very... You comparing Colin to Mike, it's like... Colin's almost like the kids down the corridor in school talking shit, just blabbing on and on and on, whereas Mike's just like, this is what you're getting, this is what you're not getting, I'll see you in 6 months.
But he doesn't really say, I don't think he really says, this is what you're getting.
He didn't say what you're getting.
Yeah, he says, this is what you got. It's like, yep, there we go, we did it.
It's like you got in line at school for your Salisbury steak, and Mo just says, there you go, Salisbury steak. Boom. Love it.
Yeah, enjoy. Come and ask us about it. Leave us a review on Reddit.
That's right.
Come and ask us.
You can ask us anything you want, and if you really enjoyed that Salisbury steak, then I'll answer your question.
Yeah.
So but if you didn't, then, you know, you just leave a review. You can put it in the suggestions box, and we'll be sure to get to that soon.
Or would you rather have Colin going, this is the best steak you're ever going to have in your life? It doesn't come with a knife or fork, gravy, fucking mashed potatoes.
It's just a steak. Steak on its own.
Here
it is. It's also raw as well.
Oh, by the way,
not even cooked.
The steak's not attached to the
it's
fucking
it's actually a cow, yeah.
The other problem though is you got served that frozen Salisbury steak with no gravy, no sautéed onions, no nothing. You didn't even get a full plate of grade F circus meat. You didn't get any of that giraffe meat on your plate. You didn't even get that. You got a half a steak, and Mo just says, "Yeah, it's fine. It's perfect. It's exactly what we wanted to ship you. Enjoy."
So what would you have them do, Inks? What would you have them do?
I think that they're, you know, it's one of these things. It's like balancing with the hammer. You should be using a scalpel to do that heart transplant, but you just take a hammer and you just bang it the fuck in there and say, good, close it up, we're good to go. They need to. There needs to be a fine balance between what Mo is doing, which, by the way, has had positivity behind it. He has done good things with the communication that we do get. We just don't get it often enough. We don't get any sort of. And don't get me wrong, I get it. Like, living story is not something that you really hype up too much because it's there to keep your existing player base involved, invested, wanting to spend money in the gem store, buying those RNG chests to never get an elemental sword unless you're MightyTeapot or one of the other streamers.
What are you even talking about keys? Holy shit. 80 keys to get that stupid blimp glider. I nearly fucking killed myself.
Wow. Yeah. The key thing is, oh my god, Blackline keys are just a disaster. But that's another story.
But, you know, I think that there should be a little bit more talk. And he made a post. It was more directed about World vs. World, but it does speak to the entirety of the game about talking about things that they're going to do rather than talking about things that, like, well, maybe we want to do. Maybe you'll get Tengu someday. Maybe. No, they want to talk about things that they're going to do. The problem is the patch, like, drops, and then it's like, let's talk about it. Yeah. When you could have talked about it a little bit earlier than that because you knew that some things were, you know, had solid foundation that you were going to ship. So he wants to talk about that stuff. He says he's going to, but then he doesn't until it's actually released. And I do imagine that when we get expansion announcements and stuff, I imagine that policy is going to change some. It has to. That policy has to change some. You have to talk about things that are coming in the expansion. You can't just drop the expansion and be like, hey guys, AMA the day of the expansion launch. Who's gonna be there? Come on, come to Reddit. Come to Reddit and ask us questions about the expansion we just launched. Like that, obviously that's not going to be the case. They're gonna have to talk about the expansion at least a little bit ahead of time. There's gonna have to be some marketing, but
how do you know, Inks? Maybe it'll just be, hey.
I mean,
hey, you know what I'm expecting, dude? I'm expecting a forum post from Mo. It's going to be, hey guys, expansion next week. Hi. Yeah. Boom, we're dropping it. There we go.
I mean, I expect that this next expansion is going to be similar to Heart of Thorns in that there will be in-game betas, like, you know, not a beta client, but like, you know, just like there was. Yeah. Just like they had. Yeah, just like we had with Heart of Thorns, you know. And I think that they're going to talk about elite specs. I just hope that they do it right. I just hope that they deliver the news in, like, sort of a satisfying way and not just sort of cut corners with it and don't deliver much info and talk up biomes but don't really reveal what they are and tell us that there's going to be 4 maps rather than keeping that a secret as long as possible and stuff like that.
I think the way they did it last time was pretty good. I mean, having the streams where they showed off the elite specs. What was the show called? Like Points of Interest? Yeah, exactly. You guys remember that shit? That was some crazy hype. You know, you basically they just showed off the elite specs. They showed all the abilities in action and like attacked a PvP target golem with Nomad's gear on. Yeah. So it looked like the damage was terrible.
Regardless, that was still pretty good. Yeah. Like on Mondays, we would get an image that meant nothing to anybody, right? Yeah. So you get an image on Monday that's like, hey, here's a can of Red Bull. Oh, guys, it's gonna be crazy. And then Tuesday, they like had a video or a blog post or something that said Dragon Hunter, and everybody's like, I fucking hate Dragon Hunter. What a stupid name. And then Friday they have the show where they're like, hey, but I know you don't like the name, but check out the traps. This is pretty cool. Elementalists are getting Warhorn. Fuck you, Sword. You get
Sword is next time.
Sword for you.
Next time.
No sword for you.
It's next time, Inks. We're getting it this time, dude. Like, we got the Warhorn last time. Now we're getting sword. Dude.
I hope that Elementalists never get a sword. I hope they never get it. Just string it along.
Look, they put drag it out. Listen, dude. They put Elemental Sword in the game. That's honestly that's inside info.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with Elementalists.
Elemental Sword. It's in the game, dude.
I seen somebody on Reddit make that argument.
It's in
Baby Rage. Baby Rage, ArenaNet. Why can't an Elementalist even use the Elemental Sword? What's the matter with you people?
It's in the game. Because think about it. Last time, what was that Blackline skin weapon set called? They called the Tempest set. There was Tempest Warhorn.
Yeah, but there was also a
Tempest Warhorn. Tempest Warhorn. Okay? It's confirmed. It's confirmed, dude.
Okay.
It's 100%. Oh, Mela, thanks for the host. I love you, dude. What a god. But yeah, I mean, you know, that's something we definitely need to see. You know, the Living Story episode, like everyone's relying on leaks at this point. People are actually like actively seeking out leaks so they know when something is happening. Okay, why aren't we getting some, you know, like 2-week heads up? Used to be 2 weeks, right? They'd say 2 weeks is coming. Okay, you know, it's 2 weeks.
I'd even settle for a week. Let's show us. I like the thing on Monday. Show us an image that is random about whatever. Tuesday, give us a trailer. Friday, let's talk about it. Next Tuesday it launches, or Tuesday it launches, and then you know you guys can talk about it on the Friday after launch. Plus, you have an AMA and whatever else. I think the AMA should be moved a day back, and they have said before that they might do that, but we haven't really seen that happen just yet. Maybe for ArenaNet and their schedule, it just works better to do it the day of. But I really think that players can ask better and more intelligent questions, generally speaking, to get satisfying answers if they play the patch, and then you can ask questions about it the day after. Yeah. And don't get me wrong, I know that not everybody has the free time that, say, I do to play the patch on patch day, but at least a good deal, or at least a decent portion of the community that would post on Reddit anyway has that time where they're going to play it the day of. And hell, the last time, the last patch we had was raids and a story. You had a ton of content and an AMA like this the same day. So, I don't know.
There was almost so much content, Teapot's head nearly blew up.
It's true. It is true, actually. When we were up all night. I mean, we actually had because we wanted to go in the raid immediately. Because they didn't tell us if they were going to release the patch on the day. Like we had a bot set up that could play Shrek ear rape, and we were going to use the Shrek ear rape as an alarm to wake up and get into the raid as soon as possible. But then it turned out they didn't do it anyway. So that was just another great example of communication. They kept EU up to like 3 a.m. before they said, not coming. It's not coming today, guys. What a spicy meme.
You know,
yeah, that was a bit annoying.
Like, you know, as when you're trying, if you work in IT and you're trying to fix something, there becomes a point of no return is not the right phrase there, but there becomes a point where you know that this is not going to get fixed anytime soon. And maybe they communicated that to somebody, but it didn't get communicated to the community.
Yeah. It was fun though. It was still fun though. Like the excitement. Will it be
and
today?
And someone's asking like, define a ton of content. I mean, you got a whole raid wing, and you got Living Story. I would say for Guild Wars 2 update, that's a lot of content.
Almost an expansion.
Yeah, that's like all of Heart of Thorns in one patch. That's a big deal. Yeah,
you know, not
that's
quite,
a big deal.
Quite. No, not quite, but close.
Well, I mean, I really do hope that they get some good hype going for the expansion. Otherwise, I mean, how are people even going to know about it if they don't try and hype it? They can't just use Reddit. They can't use the Guild Wars 2 Reddit as a platform to launch the expansion. We got to get hype going. So
to be fair, to be a little less salty, and to be fair, now that they're not supporting esports, apparently, I mean, we don't really know, but we're assuming that they're not really. That frees up some of the marketing budget, right? Wasn't that money from the marketing budget?
Was that really going to help, though?
Well, I mean, they could dress up in getting taxi cabs and drive around Seattle. I'm sorry. I was trying to do that without laughing. They could drive around New York City or Seattle in taxi cabs and offer free rides to Tyria.
Wow.
Oh, I remember that shit. Yeah.
I can't even talk about it without laughing. It's so ridiculous.
Maybe they'll just blow 90% of their budget in the Chinese
market.
It was good. It was good. It was pretty spicy. I don't know. It's a real shame as well, because the shows they used to run on their Twitch channel used to actually get a good chunk of viewers as well. Like, there was nearly 1,000 a lot of the time, right? Or even sometimes even a few thousand when they were revealing something big. It's like, it's just weird that they would like drop that presence just for no real reason, you know?
Well, I think like right now I mean, we have no news. The news to talk about this week was some little blurb that Mo gave us about delaying the patch. If there's no news, how can you do a show?
That's true.
Other than the art show that they do, or they show off people's art, right? Because that's
Was there an official word on why they killed off the guild chat stuff, or just?
Well, they do it like when we got Wing 4, they did a show. They did like 2 shows about that content. But when there's no content to talk about for 2 or 3 months, and when there's really no news coming out because they're not going to talk about it until it gets released, then there's no show to do.
Yeah. I mean, if you remember the stuff like when they before the first raid wing, even when they even Wing 3 actually they did this as well. They showed Gorseville, right? They showed off the model. Right, so that's like building hype.
Right.
They showed off Keep Construct before the release of the wing. They could be, showing stuff off some new models or new enemies from the new Living World stuff, or little cutscenes from the Living World stuff. This is all the stuff they could be doing to kind of construct the hype. I mean, they have a good chunk of followers on their Twitch channel actually. Like ArenaNet, it's got a lot of followers. It's like 50K or something like that, or maybe even more than that. So like they have a capacity, they have an audience. But the thing is, like, showing, I mean, as Lemon Tree says, no one's really watching the little picture show. It's yeah, I don't know exactly. Hey guys, expansion next week. That's not going to cut it. And realistically, I don't know. It's just they need to get this hype. They need to get the hype train going. They need to get the hype train going if they can. Otherwise, it's going to be Resident Sleeper, and then they're going to
even if they spoke to us, like, no, let's not worry about the expansion coming out. But even if they spoke to us once a month, this is what's happened. This is what's sort of maybe coming in the next couple of months. Dedicate, not even asking for like a dedicated date. Just this is sort of higher up the list, guys. By the way, Tempest might be getting sword. JK, you're not getting sword. Get fucked. That
I unfortunately I feel like, and Mo sort of addresses a little bit about how people react on the internet to any time a dev posts and stuff. And so he's like, yeah, you're not going to get a whole lot of those posts because we don't live in this ideal world where everything is rainbow and sunshines. He phrased it differently than that, but that's more or less what it was. And it's like, I don't know. I get it, right? I understand it, right? As someone who gets comments like drink bleach, fatty, I understand that there's going to be some haters out there who just don't like what you're saying, especially if you're delivering bad news, right? If you're telling people something that they don't want to hear, then it's going to be not a positive response from a lot of people. But I still think that it's important to communicate that rather than be silent about whatever. I mean, we're not even getting a whole lot of PR speak anymore. It used to be that you criticize for too much PR speak, too much, evasive comments or whatever. You don't even get that because people were mean, I guess.
Obviously they're supposed to be able to deal with it, right? But the tendency of the Guild Wars 2 community is to go a little bit crazy with the whole... like, you had threads on Reddit saying, like, ArenaNet could be done for fraud over Heart of Thorns or something. Like, guys, stop! The fuck? Calm down! Holy shit!
Didn't Guild Wars 2 Reddit ask for the guy whoever's in charge of the fucking the drop rates of leather to be fired because leather doesn't drop good enough or some shit?
It's just I don't know. I mean, it's hard to kind of see that ArenaNet are probably seeing this and going, "Oh my god, what the hell is this?" It's a very small minority. Like most people are actually very happy. Probably most people are pretty content. I mean, at the end of the day,
there was a whole thread on how happy they are to not have communication. It's even better this way. They love it. They love that they're not talking to them. It's crazy to me, but hey, apparently they love it. So,
Yeah. I don't know. Obviously, it's a very small minority, but it's. Those are the ones you remember, right? Because those are well, from our perspective, the really funny ones, but from ArenaNet's perspective, the kind of scary ones. They don't want any trouble.
I mean, I don't know. I just couldn't take somebody seriously who said you should lose your job because Leather Farm is terrible.
Leather Farm is terrible.
Or you didn't fix Leather Farm. You should fire them. Like, I just can't take somebody like that serious, right? That's just a throwaway garbage comment. Here, let me file that in let me put that in the complaints department for you. Here we go. Boom. Filed. Thanks for your complaint.
There is often a very, very strong negative response to things that happen. I mean, in fairness, it is because you could definitely make the argument that the community has been let down quite a lot of the time, right?
Sure.
Like, things have not been delivered on. Legendary armor, Generation 2 legendaries. You know, the content drought. You know, there were a lot of problems, and we didn't really get anything. So people got a little bit salty, a little bit jaded, a lot of rage.
Well, and I think veteran players in general who have played for 7,000 to 10,000 hours are going to be kind of jaded anyway, right? They've played so much that they're literally waiting. And I hear this all the time from people, maybe with even less hours than that, but who are concurrent players, and they're just like, well, nothing to do for 2 months. Let me just log in, do my dailies, and log back out, right? And when you're in that sort of state of game and you're not getting any communication, it just, people stew in their own juices, and they're just like, I'm getting salty. Yeah. What'd you say to me, Gail Gray? Oh, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna post something really nasty on you. Read this. I hate bunnies. Oh gosh, they're terrible.
Bunnies.
Whatever.
Hey, bunnies, huh?
Frogs.
Frogs.
I really dislike frogs. Mad. Delaying? What do you mean you're delaying? I know you guys said 2 or 3 months per episode, but no. I hate you. Oh. You're terrible. Why are you delaying it?
Oh, I mean, at least it's something though. Maybe they're gonna come out of their shell after that. At the end of the day, maybe they will come out of the shell because look, we got a message, we got a communication. That's a sign of hope, a sign of life within the belly of ArenaNet.
And I know that I like to make fun of that, but you know, that tiny little mundane communication it's so funny. It's such a big communication for this community because they're not used to seeing it, that they're like, oh my god, ArenaNet, we love you because communication, you're the best. Thanks.
Yeah, and it's certainly an effective way, right? I mean, it's very straightforward, very straightforward, very to the point. There's no bullshit there, is it? You know, I mean, you know, when Mike says something, it is no bullshit. It's like, that's exactly what it says is, right? Boom. It's delayed a little bit. We're finishing it off. We want to get it right. I mean, that to me, that's great. Like, we know exactly what's going on. I mean, if they could do that a little bit more often and potentially a little bit more in advance, right? Give us a little heads up, as we said before. Monthly updates, like, guys, this is what's potentially in the work. This is we're working on this right now. But the thing is, the reason they don't like that is because there is it builds hype, but that's good.
Players in their mind, like me, they live in a fantasy world with rainbows and unicorns and bunnies and Easter eggs, and they live in this fantasy world where they own 12 monitors and they can monitor everything all the time, and they overhype themselves. They're like, oh my god, did you just see Guardian? Oh shit! I'm hyped. I was so fucking hyped.
You see
3 biomes per map, 4 maps.
Exactly.
That's 12 maps.
12 maps. Holy shit!
Oh my god, Heart of Thorns is gonna be the best ever. And then you find out that biomes are like kind of non-existent. Dragon's Den is really a map.
But people obviously want to hear stuff because, like, Mike's post has 30,000 plus, views.
Yeah, people jump on it.
It's been the biggest thing on the forum probably since Evan, the guy who took over PvP from Season 5, started posting.
I mean, people were all over it. They were absolutely all over it.
I just think it's one of those things, like, people are going to be, like, again, let's go back to No Man's Sky. People are going to get hyped beyond belief. They're not going to... Some people can't control their own hype. And so they're going to be disappointed no matter what. I think that's just going to happen for some people. But personally, I need a little bit of hype, just a taste. It's a little taste. I just need a little something to get excited about. It's not super exciting that you launch a patch. And then, I mean, you play the patch, and some, if for example, Lake Doric, I really enjoyed. I really liked that patch. For all the grief that I give Wing 4, I actually still enjoy the rating that's involved there. I like the idea of CMs if they could expand upon it more.
You don't like Wing 4? Sorry. You don't like Wing 4?
I want to see the difficulty curve up and not.
Inks hates casuals, Ajaxx. He hates casuals. And
not this.
Yeah.
But yeah, you like the way they went CM mode, normal mode. You like that sort of change to the game. Yeah.
Right. I just wish CM was repeatable.
All right.
And it's like a one and done kind of thing, right? I think, like I said, I think they need to expand upon what CM mode is, and they have. They've gotten, like, from Wing 3 to Wing 4, CM mode got better. but I think it needs to go. I am a casual, that's right, but I still want to see it go beyond what CM currently is. I think CM needs to be repeated. That hard mode needs to be repeatable, and then lowering the difficulty for the bosses like they did in Wing 4 doesn't really feel so bad, because if you want that more difficult experience, then you can play it over and over again. Yeah. And get rewarded for doing so, which is just not really the case, unfortunately, right now. And Yummy can make even more money, which is fantastic.
Because Yummy's he's gonna be farming the CM. He's also gonna be selling it. I mean, whew. Do you know how much?
At the same time, he makes ArenaNet money because people need to buy Ectos. They gotta get gold.
Do you know
somewhere?
Do you know how much he charges for challenge mode? Do you know how much he charges for challenge mode, Inks? And Ajaxx, I mean, even for you, even as a rich man Ajaxx, after that egg sack, he like charges for like 2K gold for CM, dude.
What, all 4 bosses?
No, for like just one, if I recall correctly.
Good job.
I mean, goddamn, dude, that's sick shit.
NA.
Goddamn.
Fantastic. I love it.
You're rolling in bank.
The toxic elite is confirmed.
I mean, it's crazy stuff, guys.
I don't even remember what we were talking about, how we got to raids and stuff. It always comes back to raids, damn it.
Yeah, it always does. It's because we're elitists, Inks, okay?
I'm so toxic.
And look, even have you seen?
Sorry,
have you not?
Condescending.
Have you not seen Ajax's stream? He's like, what mace is he using? What mace is he using? It's the Demos mace. Big dick Demos mace. Okay. They just smash it. Oh, yeah, really big head on that. You can smash people into it. It's good. But it always comes back to raids. Go ahead, Ink. Sorry.
We got so sidetracked. I don't even remember what the original conversation was anymore.
We're getting good. People leap on the breadcrumbs.
Yeah. So for example, like going back to this post that Mo made, where they don't want to talk about stuff that is a maybe, that is on the table, which I get, right? It breeds a certain amount of hype. I am fairly decent at containing my hype. Like, if something doesn't happen, I don't get too let down unless it's a really big screw up. Some people can't control that hype, and then they're always let down, and then they post. But I don't know that that is a good reason to stop, like, previewing content that is coming up. I feel like some people, like myself, need that hype. We want at least a little bit of that hype. Maybe there is a danger in what Colin's method was and I don't even know if he was necessarily overhyping. Some people will say yes, some will say maybe not so much. But if you believe he was overhyping, then maybe his method was too much. I feel like Mo's method is okay, but it's not enough. They need to expand the width of their communication and be more persistent about it. Like, going almost 2 months with not a single word just makes it feel stagnant.
Yeah. I think
not even hearing from Mo. Just be like, hear from Mo once a month, because he's obviously top dog. He's in charge of everybody. But like, person A who's in charge of this. Oh guys, we're fixing such and such bug. It's being looked at. PvP, Evan and PvP, even though it's a dead game mode now. Evan's like, well, I suppose Evan's talking about removing sigils and shit like that there. But that thread dried up, already.
Not only that, but I'll say this too. The one of the things that I really liked about Colin is that, people are saying that yes, it was hype, but then under-delivered. And I totally understand that. Plenty of under-deliveries, and that's a problem. And that's why Mo wants to just release it and then talk about it. That way he can't really under-deliver too much, because he didn't promise you anything, or at least not too much. So I do sort of understand that, but I feel like when you don't hype things, when you don't pre-talk about things, it gives this feeling of less excitement for the game that you're developing and working on. And I know that's not true for the developers who are working on that game. A lot of them have a very deep passion for the work that they do. But I don't think that gets clearly communicated or really comes through in the community as much, because of the way that they're doing the communication business now.
Do you think that Colin was heavily hamstrung by NCSoft whenever the game was coming out and they were going into the 5th expansion? You know what I mean?
Well, I don't know. We probably won't ever know either. Yeah. But it does seem strange that you would construct all this hype while knowing that you wouldn't be able to deliver. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because for me, coming into Guild Wars 2, I've never played Guild Wars 1 and knew nothing about ArenaNet or NCSoft or any of that shit. Came into Guild Wars 2, expansion, brilliant, hyped, and I was like, what the fuck? The same company that runs Guild Wars is bringing out fucking Wildstar. You're fucking shooting yourself by trying to fund two different games that compete with each other. Like, we always talk about it in my stream. It's like, imagine how good Guild Wars would be if NCSoft wasn't fucking splitting. ArenaNet wasn't being hamstrung by NCSoft making two games the exact same, splitting money between both of them. If Guild Wars was just NCSoft's MMO. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think that we've had a little tiny bit of communication. We've had a little bit of tiny insight into this before, where ArenaNet produces their own game. For Heart of Thorns, they definitely did, and apparently they've been producing their own content for some time. I'm sure that there's still levels where they need to respect NCSoft's authority over the IP. But generally speaking, I think NCSoft gives them a very long rope to do whatever they want with, to develop it, whatever. They just care about when's the next expansion, how much money we're going to make, how are you going to monetize it when that expansion comes out. That's, to me, that sounds like what they really care about when you listen to those investor meetings or whatever, and not so much about what is happening in the game or I don't think, maybe I'm wrong on this, but I don't think like the release of Guild Wars 2 content really has much of anything to do with anything Wildstar ever did.
Yeah.
I think that's not totally true, but
I think as long as the game's making money, then NCSoft is going to be happy.
What about this?
And people love to buy gems. Because think about it, they got to buy the gems to afford raids from Yummy anyway, right?
That only benefits NA. EU can actually play the game themselves,
Yeah. So basically, you're saying that EU needs to get worse at the game, and then they need to buy gems to buy raids.
So what if magic happens and NCSoft sells ArenaNet to Amazon, and then Mike becomes Colin's boss?
Oh shit!
Billions of pounds into the game.
Oh my gosh.
Colin, remember you left? Get cooked.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. Who knows? Like, maybe if they had a larger team, if ArenaNet had a bigger team, then they wouldn't be as confined in what they could do. Because it does seem that at the end of the day, they... Well, I don't know. I'm not sure about that, though. Because, if they have about 7 dedicated people on the raid team and they can make raids like they do, that's pretty fucking good. How many people do you need, It doesn't seem like they're... obviously there's going to be inefficiency in every company, but... I don't know. They don't seem like they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. They're not clowns. They're not just clowning around. Just hopefully they can get the hype balance a bit right here and not overpromise. Because I think there was a bit of overpromising, and that's kind of a bit of a problem rather than evil corporations in the background. But they need some hype as well, obviously.
Well, I think the new expansion will have had more development time than Heart of Thorns. It's sort of speculation at this point, but Heart of Thorns felt rushed.
It could have used more development time for sure. Definitely could have used more development. And
can you imagine? Yeah. So a couple months after it released, the expansion team stopped work on the expansion to fix Heart of Thorns problems. Not all of them, obviously, but they did do a pretty big overhaul to the metas and some of the maps and so forth. Can you imagine if it launched like that? It would have been in a better state than. Obviously would have been such a silly statement, but it would have been in a much better state if they just would have taken I forget how much time that was, but it was a couple of months. Yeah. So just a couple of extra months would have polished the game even better than what it was.
But what way would you like the second expansion? Would you like the second expansion to be, here's half an expansion in a box, and then we'll do what we're doing now, which is every 2 to 3 months, here's a brand new map? Or would you just here's a fuckload of content, we'll see you in 12 months-ish, and then go from there?
Well, the thing is, for me, I really don't mind it, because I kind of thought... I kind of knew Heart of Thorns would be this way, But I actually really don't mind it because I know I'm going to be playing, right? I'm not going anywhere. But it's not good to get people into the game, right? Because you get the launch, and then they burn through all the content in a few days, weeks. Well, let's say weeks actually.
Minutes.
If you did 45 minutes. And then you got to wait 6 months for the first living story. Now that's a bit of a problem. I think if you actually get a consistent follow-up, I think that was a huge problem with Hearthstone. I genuinely believe that if they did what I said I thought they were going to do, I think the reception would have actually been fine. If they managed to get the momentum going immediately instead of literally nothing for half a year, I think the reception for Heart of Thorns will be much more positive, and I really hope they're able to do that in the next expansion, right? It's fine as long as they can actually follow up with their living story plan to have regular content releases every few months, right? But the thing is, we had nothing for like half a year.
Or nine months.
Yeah, goddamn, nearly a year. I mean, holy shit.
We had 10 months of almost no content before Heart of Thorns, and then we had about 9 months of no content after Heart of Thorns, and that's just not acceptable.
Too busy fixing it.
The other thing is, I really don't believe that's going to happen this time. I think they sort of have their ducks in a row now as far as how Living Story is produced. So I would expect there to be a new Living Story 4 months after Heart of Thorns launches.
4 months? I would just say earlier than that.
Even. Maybe earlier. Maybe 3 or 4 months.
I mean,
I think that, I just feel like there's going to be this month break between, break is maybe the wrong word. I feel like there's this month gap between when they start developing the next Living Story, unless the expansion doesn't need those Living Story teams and they're already, depending on how many episodes we actually get, they're already working on the next story, and maybe it'll roll out, even sooner than 3 or 4 months, maybe 2 months after release, which I think 2 to 3 months is really optimal after an expansion launch. Because in 2 or 3 months, not everybody, I know, but a good deal of the active player base will have consumed that content in that time.
Yeah.
Especially considering a lot of the leaks that we're seeing, which I know they're leaks. You can't always trust them. They're not always trustworthy, but some of the leaks that we've seen in the past sort of tell a tale of a mirrored Heart of Thorns sort of expansion almost in some respects.
So you want the second expansion, and then maybe 2 months down the line, first Living Story for X-Pac 2, which gives them the first 2 months to fix whatever they break.
Yep. That might take a while, though, because,
Because if the rumors are true and fucking thieves get rifle, we're all fucked. Everyone's fucked. The game's over.
The game's ruined. Yeah. But what if they made thieves a bit slower if they have rifle? Because otherwise they're just going to run
Doesn't matter.
around.
Motherfucker, you're going to be at home, he's going to be at far, he's going to snipe you, who cares?
Holy shit. A global range? Is that going to be the mechanic?
I will say this as well. I learned something today that I had no idea. I was listening to another podcast, and they started talking about the fact that ArenaNet hired a new narrative director. Fortunately, I didn't write his name down, so the name escapes me, but apparently he's decently well known within the video game writing narrative community. But like ArenaNet hired a new narrative director for story. You didn't talk about it anywhere. You didn't say, "Hey, introducing so and so to the team." And they have hired other people in the past since other people have left. But the only thing that we ever hear about is Colin left, Matt Werfel left, John Corpeting left. You hear about all these people leaving, but you don't hear about the people coming in to replace them. Yeah. And Tom Abernathy, thank you, Lemony. That's exactly who it is. So you don't really always hear about the people coming in. You only hear about the people leaving. And I feel like, I don't know, I don't know if that's necessarily ArenaNet's job or whatever, but for those of us who closely follow the game, or if there's an announcement ever on Reddit, this is my last day at ArenaNet, it gets plastered all over the place, right? And then people are preaching Doomfire and the end of the world, but you don't really hear about these people who are joining the company.
Welcome to the Circle Jerk Fiesta, Inks. The Circle Jerk Fiesta. Yeah.
MightyTeapot hired to take over World v. World.
Yes, I'm taking over World versus World. Honestly, though, there's actually, it's not as bad as I thought it was, actually. This is the thing. Everyone I've ever talked to about World versus World, how the game is basically fucked and totally just abandoned wasteland. That's not the case, guys. But we'll talk about that some other time. Like, World versus World, it's not dead, guys, okay? Not dead. Not deaded. Well, I mean, this matchup we have is fucking dog shit, but that's another thing, okay? Seriously.
That's because you haven't pissed off any guilds yet.
Yeah.
Just give
well,
it
there's no guilds to piss off, man. We were walking around a wasteland. Like, they were just AFKing in their keep, firing arrow carts at us. That's not... What? No one likes that, okay?
You should just get salt to fund every fucking week. Just to make sure you're against
what if... Right,
just transfer every week.
Yeah, what if, though, we had half the guild on one server and half the guild on another server and just fought each other constantly?
I would say salt would probably
just for no reason. For no reason. We just bashed into each other. Like 20 versus 20, just smashing into each other constantly. Now that's what I'm talking about. Because
your streams last week, whenever you were actually unbelievably fucking hyped to go and smash.
I don't know. I was down for it. I think it's hilarious. I think it's really funny when you got beef. It's fun. I think guys, okay, I'm betraying the raiding community. I have honestly had more fun in World versus World than I have in raids for a very, very long time. Seriously, guys. If you can get a team, like you need 10, 20, like even, 15, 20 people, that's good. You can just get those people and just get them, go into the World versus World and start like shit talking people, start throwing actually, I probably shouldn't say that, should I? But that's just what I find fun. Like start BMing, start saying it's easy, start throwing siege on people, get some spice going, guys. It's gonna be hilarious. Like make World versus World great again, guys. The game is actually mostly functional, except for the shitty cancer skill lag. It's actually a good game mode. Okay, that's a real pain in the ass, guys. The skill lag is stupid.
Did you ever World your World at the very start of the game, whenever it came out?
No, I didn't. I didn't do much.
Your skill lag is nothing compared to the culling that was around in World World at the very start of the game. It was awful. The only reason you knew that there was a Zerg on you is because you were dead. They didn't load. There's no one loaded.
Yeah. Wow.
But it was good. Your streams last week were fucking 10-10.
Yeah, I don't know.
You weren't salty. You were aggressive. You were alpha.
Exactly. Yeah.
You were almost growing that beard that you're trying to push out right now.
Seriously, guys. World vs. World is the alpha game mode. I'm just gonna say it. Like there is nothing more alpha than like two Zergs smashing into each other. Okay.
We'll revisit this discussion in about a year when you hate your life and you're done with World vs. World forever.
Yeah,
when you haven't seen a rework in 4 years.
It is actually a problem though. Like the game becomes unplayable unless you have a really good processor. Seriously, it actually does become like borderline unplayable. I mean, guys, I'm dropping to 30 FPS. That's a problem. Okay, that like some of my buddies like 6 FPS. Like they got 6 FPS normally. Okay, so when they're in the game, they go fuck all. You know?
Just imagine if you played on a real server with actual guilds and people to fight. You'd have like no FPS.
Fuck Inks. Why you have to flame me? Oh my god. Feels bad, man.
Oh boy.
World versus World on the honeymoon period. I don't know. I just don't see myself ever getting bored of like smashing into other Zergs and trying to kill them, especially if there's trash talk. I don't get tried to trash talk, guys, ever. Trust me.
Maybe you should do this, right? You destroyed Deso and whoever the fuck we were with, right?
Yeah.
And then you have a shit week where you drop back down, and then you obviously win. You're winning this right now, right?
Yes. The last time I checked, the last matchup, we were about 7k skirmish points ahead of the other two servers.
Okay, so you'll go back up. So you'll have good World World week, shit World World week.
Well, the thing is, we won. The last time we beat Deso and the other one.
But your average is like, I'm pretty sure Deso is still quite high because of like the past. You're fucking.
We got carried by Ring of Fire. Feels amazing, man.
Your third world country servers just hasn't got its average up yet.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean exactly. I mean, we got 20 glycos. I think I went on the World versus World matchup monitoring thingy. We got 20 whole geckos, guys. 20 things. Okay, so we're
Probably
getting
the
there.
biggest that any server's ever got.
That's good stuff there. So, but I believe like the top server is like 1900 rating. So we got a while to climb up there, guys. And bear in mind that's not Underworld. We're currently being carried by Ring of Fire right now. So like Underworld is probably still shit tier, but that's entirely another thing, guys.
As someone who used to be fairly active on Bygate, let me give you some advice. You just need to pay some guilds to come on over. Just come on over, dominate the other servers, and you'll rise quickly.
Exactly.
You gotta buy them guilds. Buy those Oceanic guilds to have 24-hour coverage. You'll be good to go.
No, on EU we buy Canadians, French Canadians. You buy those.
Yeah.
There you go.
French
it's even cheaper.
Yeah.
It's even cheaper. Discount.
Yeah. Oh, damn! How do we get to World versus World? I don't know. What were we even talking about before? Like, what the fuck? Oh, yes, the expansion. The expansion, yes. So, we need them to follow through. We want to see fresh content right after that expansion, and it's going to be great. I'm going to be hyped for it. It's going to be good. Yeah, I'm already trying to buy Lucky Noobs. Like, I'm trying to convince them to come into World versus World. There you go. I own them now as well. Basically, I get another little bit of a digression, but you guys know I like collect elitists anyway. I collect them all. I put them in Salt. I mean, like QTs in Salt. SC's in Salt, LN are in Salt. I got them all, guys. I own everyone.
Little figures you put up on the shelf.
Yeah, I got a little
Here's
voodoo.
my Nike figurine.
Oh, fuck, the stream
Here's
is dying.
my Brazil figurine. Just
Okay.
put them up on a shelf.
Never mind. But no, they haven't made any announcements for the expansion. But I mean, realistically, it should be soon because think about it.
Here's my Subi figurine.
Yeah, Subi. Ooh. Yeah, that's just an anime though. You can get those, you know, on the online. Okay.
Well, that was Brazil's Dark Magician girl, right? Just put her on a shelf.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. But think about it, guys. Probably 6 episodes. We're number 5 coming up soon. Expansion leaked to be end of the year-ish, kind of like, you know, towards the end of the year.
October, November.
Exactly, October, November. Okay.
That shaman thinks October.
Yeah.
For me, that shaman is basically the best fucking person that, you know, if he says something, thinks something.
Yeah,
usually...
that's pretty reliable. And actually, you know, this is what I have to give to Mo as well, right? If he says the expansion is coming in October, it's definitely coming in fucking October, right? Yeah. I do... You can criticize him all you want, guys. You can say he doesn't say anything, but damn, when he says something, I do trust him. For example, when he says legendary armor might be coming, okay?
There you go.
When he says it might be coming in the next release, I honestly think it's coming in the next release.
Great reputation on delivering.
Yeah.
And that's because there's no pre-hype conversation, right? It's just... There you
go. There it is. Enjoy
that shaman is Mo? What the fuck?
Oh my god.
No, I thought we were talking about Mo. My mistake.
Yeah. That shaman? That Mo? Maiko shaman?
Mo.
Wait, shaman has one M, Mo has one M? Confirmed.
That is actually... Wait, Mike also said that World vs. World players are truly into PvE. I mean, yeah, I mean, gates, dude. Come on, have you seen those gates? Like, that's a lot of HP. Those are basically bosses. And you look at the Desert Borderlands. Have you seen the lords in the keeps and the keeps and the towers? They got so many mechanics, man. It's more complicated than raid bosses in there, okay? The World vs. World players are all about PvE, guys. That's just fact, okay? It's just fact. Well, maybe not, but... Anyway, some of the players are basically the same as NPCs anyway. I mean, most of them are, actually. So, yeah. I don't know, guys. Like, you watch our stream, we're just rolling over fools, okay? We're farming people, okay? I mean, it's basically like mobs, you know? I honestly thought, like, I had to, like, pinch myself. I thought I was in Fractal 40, okay? Seriously. Like,
Fractal 40?
Yeah, like Silver Waste, you know? Like, I'm looting chests. All I'm doing is running around looting chests. It's Silver Waste. Like, World vs. World is Silver Waste, okay?
Each gate is an overseer.
Yeah.
That's pretty accurate.
Salt will become the best PvP guild whenever players lose stance or lose stability and get break bars.
Exactly. Confirmed. Yeah. When it comes to break bars, we're kind of good at it. Well, we just keep getting sidetracked here. I like that. That's actually pretty funny. Either way,
you said there's fuck all to talk about, so
yeah. I mean that's where we're going. That's pretty good stuff. So yeah, episode 5, probably legendary armor. That episode 6, that's the final tying it up. 2 months later, boom, they drop the expansion. 2 months after that, Living Story starts again, boys. We're in, and then we get a raid as well. Boom. And that is how you make Guild Wars 2 great again. If they actually do that, okay, then Guild Wars 2 is going to be hype as fuck. Seriously, guys. And hopefully they can use these 2 living story episodes, because they said they're important, right? They can use this as a platform to hype the expansion. They can. That's when they can start the hype train. That's maybe when we start seeing a little bit more communication about what's to come, okay? Like, that's what we can do.
Right, yeah.
And hype that game up.
And I think, too, that, you know, this next story launches in May. That means we get an end of July, early August last episode, which then ties in perfectly with an announcement, release, note, message, whatever. Reveal at either Gamescom or PAX West.
And that's a good way to do it. You know, there's going to be a lot of people at Gamescom. There's going to be a lot of people at Gamescom.
And they'll probably have like a play. Maybe they have
demo
a playable
or something,
demo, one of them.
Hype cutscene or something, a cutscene playing, something like that. They'll have that cutscene set up. They'll be posting it on Twitter and YouTube, stuff like that. And that's going to be great, because I don't know, I actually really like the cutscene they did for Heart of Thorns. It had nothing to do with the game, pretty much, but it looked really good. I liked it. I love the style of it.
I wish Mordremoth actually looked like that, but yeah, it's good.
It was good.
Guild Wars 2, like their drawn art, you know, not their like model CGI, but their drawn art is 10/10. You know?
Oh yeah,
unbelievably good style.
Yeah, they have some really great artists, past and present, on their team.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I hope they do what they did. Remember, you did Silver Wastes. You got the drop. It let you go into Verdant Brink. They should do that again. That was good. You know, that was good.
Yeah.
No, like I still have
an in-game activity that gave you access, right? That was fucking crazy, right? That's really fucking cool. Yeah, that was like really. That's how you can get people into it. You know, you can get people going crazy for that stuff.
Yeah.
I completely agree. Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see where the next 2 maps are, if there's going to be 2 more maps, which we kind of assume there will be. It'll be interesting to see where the next 2 maps take place.
Yeah,
because it's been leaked. It's been leaked before.
Crystal Desert, right?
About that we're probably heading towards the Crystal Desert, even though the current story doesn't really drive us in that direction yet. But where is the staging ground for the Crystal Desert? Is it in Ebonhawk at that gate? There's a giant gate there that leads to the desert.
Yeah, I mean they already have that set up, right? They have that set up. That could be the last map, or maybe the next map. Potentially,
it could be the beta map, you know, for expansion 2.
Yeah, but it will be.
And before you go through the fucking thing and Scarlet's sitting there. Hey guys, it's Scarlet 3.0, let's go.
Even better, it's Traherne instead. You know, he's like, wait, he's already there. He's waiting for us.
It's Super Adventure 3.
Zanali, we're not confirmed to have 2 maps. It's just that ArenaNet said that it's likely we'll get a map with each story. It's not a guarantee, but it's likely that we'll see it.
Yeah, I'd say it's very likely. It's going to be really interesting to see how they tie it in, right? Because they don't have a great amount of time, really, to get a move on, as such.
Probably 2 episodes. I mean, maybe they squeeze an extra episode out, but I don't really think so.
Yeah.
The perfect way I would like this expansion to end is... What do you call the little dragon? Oring? She grows up, and moves over to wherever she's going to fight whatever. Bram dies. As soon as Bram dies, this game is 1000% better.
What? I agree. He's a god.
There's way more NPCs higher on the hit list than Bram.
Timey, for example.
Timey, for example, who sadly isn't going to die. That's disappointing.
They can't kill kids. But you know, Bram is a weird character. I don't know, like, why is he such an asshole, guys? Fuck that guy.
Because his mom, who he didn't really know, died, and he's very angry.
He can just fuck off and start his own guild. See how that goes for him. Okay, we're gonna have our own sick fucking guild. Okay. Look at Salt. Look how good Salt is compared to Bram's guild. Come on. Trash.
Hey, he has more guild members than Dragon's Watch.
That's true. That's true. But for how long? They got this old Dragon's Rocks roleplay. It's just, oh my god. It's a roleplay fiesta.
You're not wrong, Nike. Without Timey, you wouldn't be able to have Deus Ex Machina plot movements via magical intercom telephone updates.
Yeah, I honestly, like, when I go into Living Story, like, all I'm thinking is, oh, how is Timey gonna solve this one for us? I'm just waiting for it. Like, aha!
Hold on, I have developed psychic powers, Commander.
Yeah, we now have fucking 2-way radios that work the whole way across the world.
That's good. Yep.
Fucking special ops.
Oh,
But
which
no.
by the way, the Inquest have as well with the White Mantle.
Yeah.
Everybody has
They had it
It's
the
current.
entire time. It's common practice.
Mhm.
And bad news, guys. Primordus is active. Yeah, what an asshole. So now we got 2 dragons at the same mate. Then we have Kralkatorek. We got 3 dragons at the same time. Brazil knew. He knew. He's been on to us the entire time.
For me, Bram dies. The Char say, "Fuck this, nuke everybody." End of game. Roll credits.
I think a direction they might go is like Bram might get corrupted and we turn into an icicle and we have to kill him.
I don't think they're gonna kill Bram.
You don't
I
think
think
so?
he's gonna fail massively.
Yeah.
Maybe get rocks killed or
Ooh.
severely wounded.
I would pay 1,000 gems in the gem store to kill Bram. I would
1,000
DL
gems.
that fucking content.
So if they get enough sales of an item that does nothing, like they kill Bram in the store, it's like, hey,
That's
put your
pretty good. You know
vote
what?
with your
I'll
wallet.
pay-
Vote with your
I'll pay
wallet.
1,000 gems to kill Timey. I'll pay 5,000.
5,000 gems
for the kill Timey pack.
Wow.
Let's make it happen.
It's a lot of gems.
Vote with your gems.
Vote with your gems. They're gonna hand
Who'd wanna
over.
kill?
They're gonna hand over the narrative control to Evan Nashblade, right? Like,
That would easily fund X-Pac 3.
yeah.
Like how do you want Timey killed? Put her on the rack and straighten her legs.
Oh god. Damn. Oh my goodness. Wow.
Make her 6 feet tall.
I feel well. You just give them might stacks, right? And Azura say, "I feel 6 feet tall."
Yeah.
Gotta give them little might stacks, and then they become big. Down with timing. Yeah, exactly. Down with timing.
Just about they could kill every character and I would happily not really care.
Wow.
Feels bad.
Feels bad, man. It's pretty crazy shit. And you know what? Something we could talk about a little bit about hype. Is how this is something Ajaxx you've been talking about. You talk about it on stream sometimes, like how Guild Wars 2 interacts with the streamers, right? Because you were talking about how season 5 they weren't really getting in there with the streamers. Your Helseth, Syndra, all that stuff. Even with regards to the tournament, retweeting, like sharing it, trying to help build up the hype themselves. Because obviously these are big guys. These are big streamers. Season 5 was huge, but it really wasn't. Didn't really hear about it from ArenaNet as much as you could. They could have been promoting these guys the entire time. So, tell us a little bit about that.
You mean their lack of interaction with anybody who isn't a select few?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, and if you like.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Well, you think about it. Season 5 was the biggest. I'm not a pro in PvP. I enjoy watching PvP, right? Even though it is like a unicorn exploded over the screen with all the particle effects, but it is enjoyable. And their interaction with I don't know what it's like with the YouTube guys, but especially with Twitch, they didn't do shit. Season 5 was fucking massive. Not once did you see them without being prompted to. You'd ever seen them retweet Helseth, the biggest PvP streamer for Guild Wars ever. Still, no one's ever broken his numbers. Cinderneer, Rom, some of the NA guys, even though NA PvP, lol, But,
wow, harsh. Feels Fantaram. I mean, it feels bad, man.
Yeah, exactly. Like even those guys, where was the interaction? Where was the help? Where was the promotion? People are sitting there playing their games, fucking.
Well, we talked to Helseth last week, and the interaction went to Crucible.
Grouch, yeah, true.
It's all gone. Oh my god.
But Teapot, you've always said that if you ask them to retweet you, they will. But that's backwards,
I think it should be the other way around. They should be proactive about it. Going after people, chasing them down.
I think, for example, you should be streaming right now, and then someone should be like, "Oh shit, Teapot, you got fucking Guild Wars has just retweeted you." It shouldn't be, "Hi guys, I'm Mighty fucking Haircut. I'm gonna do a podcast. Can you guys retweet this for me?" It's backwards. It's not even proactive. It's just there's nothing there for you. It's like you're sitting here playing their game, showing all the exploits that you can do. Criticizing people, running over people in World World, and it's, there's no. What's the best way? There's just nothing there for you, right? We'll use the example. There's nothing there for you unless you ask for it. Whereas, I think it should be, someone at ArenaNet quickly looked over at Twitch or YouTube Gaming. Whoever the fuck
Actually, I don't even think they retweet when Wooden Potatoes is live, and he draws the most of any Guild Wars 2 streamer out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they don't actively look at, like I say, look at YouTube
Monitor
Gaming.
it. Yeah.
Just all you gotta do is go to the Guild Wars section and go, oh shit, MightyTeapot's doing his thing. Here's a fucking tweet. Here's the easy help.
I don't know how well it's monitored, I guess.
Yeah,
I
mean, it's not completely trivial to monitor it though, especially on Twitter, right? Because there's a lot of crap going on all the time. Like, I don't do at Guild Wars 2 or anything like that. But I mean, I guess they could just look at Twitch or something.
There's no point even at them, you know. So they don't do shit anyway.
They retweet when Doc goes live, do they?
Doc got game?
Yeah. If someone says in chat they retweet Doc.
Oh. I do see a retweet every once in a while, but I don't know if that is something that is set up ahead of time, or if that is just something that they're like, oh, I just seen Doc went live, let's retweet that. Like, I don't know how closely that stuff is kind of monitored.
Well, for yourself,
and I can only assume that it's not monitored that often when, like, I've never seen Nike or Wooden Potatoes, Teapot. I don't even think I see Bog Otter get retweeted that much. And all of those people pull, for Guild Wars 2 anyway, all of them pull some of the larger numbers out there.
Like, even for yourself, like, you obviously do a lot of YouTube, right? Do you has your content been pushed a lot over the last 4.5 years? Without you asking for it?
When we were pre-Heart of Thorns, I think like a lot more content was getting pushed from everybody. I had a couple of videos that they certainly pushed without asking for it pre-Heart of Thorns. Mm-hmm. Post-Heart of Thorns, I think I've maybe had one video pushed, maybe two. It's pretty infrequent.
Yeah, I would just like them to be, and I'm not even trying to like push my own agenda here. I think YouTube, like YouTube videos, live gameplay on Twitch, it's such an easy, it's easy advertising. It's like, go check out this guy doing this part of the game. MightyTeapot's easy and through raids. JK, he just wiped them VG like usual. You know, do you know what raids are? No, I don't know what raids are, but I follow Guild Wars on Twitter. Oh shit, this guy's doing raids. You know, or for example, your biggest PvPers, the ones that are left that haven't went off.
Yeah, you mean the ones that have gone to the game? Yeah.
And even if they might have they only maybe push family friendly type people. Like, there still is that. Cinderneers are pretty family friendly type streaming. It's not too fucking crazy. He is the biggest PvPer left. I've never seen them push him, you know? I just think that in this day and age, and fucking a 2017 meme, you know.
Current year? In current year?
In fucking current year. Yeah. Almost fucking 2018-ish, maybe. It's free. It's sitting there. Just one tweet, one fucking Facebook post. Takes like 2 minutes, you know?
Yeah, like I have no idea who monitors that, if somebody monitors it or not. I feel like that they don't monitor it that closely, right? And certainly, like, on the weekend, I just don't think anybody's really monitoring that kind of stuff.
It's sad though.
I mean, Inks is pretty family friendly. Come on. When he's not on TeaTime, Inks is family friendly, okay?
That's right, yeah. I'm model. I mean, you might as well just call me a Magic Zipper. I'm so friendly that bring your kids and your grandma, your grandpa, your pop, just bring them on down, sit by the campfire, watch Inks.
Yeah, watch Papa Inks.
Papa Inks.
Papa Inks. Tell you about how to delete characters. Yeah.
But that's also another thing that a lot of companies miss out on, is the more adult, you know, content. I'm not saying like Guild Wars is an 18+ game, but you know, for how long the internet's been out, where like gaming's been crazy big and stuff like that, a lot of people are fucking, you know, growing up. People, you know, you've got like babyface Teapot here, you know, he's new. Maybe in like a couple years time when he's legal, he might want more like adult content, you know. But you know what I mean? Like Deadpool proved that people want like more. They're happy with fantasy. They're happy with science fiction, more adult sort of oriented stuff. Why not push that? Why not retweet that? Just put the fucking disclaimer on it. saying, you know, language advice or something like that there, they can always cover themselves instead of just trying to be super friendly family, you know, tee hee hee,
Right.
you know, let's make cupcakes, you know, that sort of shit.
Cupcake themed stream?
Yeah. You know, some people want to hear Mighty Teapot say, push into them deep, balls deep, big bombs on me. You know, people want to hear Teapot like getting aroused, being alpha, fucking banging his chest. Give them that. You know?
Yeah, I mean, there's the audience for it apparently. Like, if there are plenty of people who watch stupid enough to watch me, you know, so there is that out there. And I mean, if you actually, I don't know about the demographics, but I think, you know, the MMO audience in general is a little bit of an older audience on itself, right? To a certain extent.
I think a lot of companies think that their games are played by younger people.
No, I mean, I certainly don't think there's a lot of actual haha, I'm 13, by the way. You know, I don't think there's actually a lot of people. Don't say 12, because people actually get banned for that. Like, there's some advice for you, chat. Do not say you're 12 in Twitch, because they might actually fucking ban you or suspend you. They won't ban you, but never mind. That's another thing. I mean, I think there is a bit of an older audience, you know, older audience. So yeah, 18 to 23, exactly. Like, I can definitely buy that. I can definitely see 18 to 23 being a pretty major demographic.
I would say older. I would actually go older than that. I would say.
You would say older?
I would say 22 to 30.
22 to 30. Yeah, again, yeah, I definitely see that. It's because it's a time investment game, so it's people who have, you know, have a lot of it's plenty of their life to waste on it, you know. So yeah, seems legit to me. And that's, you know, I mean, if you look at most of the streams, right? Look at the streams that get hits. You look at someone like Helsith, right? You look at like he's not exactly family friendly, is he? I mean, there's a lot of people who are into that. In fairness, Wood and Potatoes is pretty family friendly, and he's #1. Let's be real here. I know. He's pretty family friendly. He's pretty family friendly.
Generally.
He's not exactly rude, or he's not. Yeah, I mean, come on, like who's ruder, me or Potato Man? Come on, let's be real here.
I generally wouldn't say he's #1 Twitch streamer as well for Guild Wars. He streams once or twice a week.
He pulls. He
only needs to stream 3 times a week to beat out everybody's weekly stream cap.
Even on his stream, like he's a bit sweary. He's a bit sweary, but he's not exactly. He's not saying anything edgy, is he? You know.
He's not like your.
I mean, it's certainly not. It's certainly not Teapot Twitch chat. That's for sure.
I mean, you know, if you're in this Twitch chat, there's some spicy stuff here. And you know, yeah, there's a bit of flame here. There's a little bit of flame on this stream, guys. Okay, I can kind of understand that you would say this stream is not family friendly, but even my stream is not actually that bad. I mean, yeah, you've got Kevin saying some interesting stuff sometimes with regard to certain groups. You know, that's a thing. But I mean, come on, you know, it's fucking Twitch chat. Like, of course, people are gonna say retarded shit in here, and of course, it's gonna get stupid. But I mean, it's not even that bad. Yeah, I flamed you for being incapable of getting out of combat, dude. I mean, come on, that's basic stuff. Like, come on.
Like, do you know something, Teapot? See, whenever like a couple of your regular guys come into my chat, they're totally different. They're calm. They actually act like they got more than 6 brain.
Well,
like, I wouldn't say nice. Let's not go that far. But like, they got like 10 brain cells. They actually discuss stuff. It's not like fucking haha, I'm 12. Yeah.
Most of them are like that though. They just like to spam. So they'll take it. You know, they'll be a bit different.
But I love the cop.
Yeah, a lot of them
delicious.
are very, very good, polite, kind people. Just when there's an opportunity to spam, they take it. Okay, they take it. Yeah. They take it by the balls. Okay, when they can get
like
look
at that motherfucker in chat, Kapsky.
Yeah,
look at him acting all hard and shit like that. There.
Yeah.
He's a baby in my chat.
Oh,
he does what he's told.
Little bit of a baby. Yeah. Family friendly. I mean, yeah, I think it could be the gachi though, because there's no gachi on your stream, so it just doesn't rile them up. You don't have song requests, do you?
Fuck no, that's suicide in Twitch.
Yeah, it's a good idea to not have song requests.
I have this viewer called Finn who has an admin badge beside them, and people actually do shit themselves.
Yeah. You see that shield? If you see that yellow shield, you better watch yourself. He's gonna get you. It's Twitch police, guys. Yeah. It's the Twitch police. You've got to watch out for the Twitch. He streams Guild Wars too, doesn't he? Sometimes I think I've hosted. Yeah. If I have hosted him before once, I've hosted him, but I didn't even know he was an admin at that point. And then they probably spammed some stuff in his chat actually.
Probably.
That's kind of exciting actually, isn't it? Guys, we've invaded a Twitch police stream. How about that? That's very exciting. But either way, I mean, yeah. Back to the original point in hand. They have a good chunk of reasonable sized streamers and YouTubers that can help build hype for the game. And obviously, Wooden Potatoes is going to be hyping like pretty hard for the next expansion. After the Living Story, there's going to be videos on that. There's going to get a lot of hits. But they might as well just say, hey, check this out. Check this stuff out. Like you got Boots doing some wonky PvP builds. Hey, check out this guy. He makes weird builds, and it's got Wooden Potatoes in it. You got that extra value, guys. You got potatoes in there as well.
Extra value.
You want to see how to delete characters? MMO Inks. Okay.
Yeah. Like how you don't even have to get like
Inks.
a dedicated person. It's just like, guys, can you check out Twitch and YouTube and Facebook gaming whenever it becomes a thing?
Yeah.
Can you like just check that? Quick tweet, quick Facebook post. Go back to making wings for the fucking gem store at 1,000 gems. Easy.
Yeah.
It's almost as easy as kill and kiss in Overworld.
I mean, nothing's that easy though.
Oh, okay.
That's not. I mean, it's not really almost, is it? I mean, that's you can't get that easy. That's just too easy. That's a fucking joke, dude. But yeah, I mean, in fairness, guys, as I said, this is possible. This is you already can get this sort of stuff, but you have to ask for it, right? You have to go after it. I mean, you might get it. You'll probably get a response, but it would be nice to see them being a little bit more proactive about it to a certain extent. Because there's plenty of people. Your stream closes in on nearly 1K viewers for new raid. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I don't want to blow my own trumpet, but when there's like new raids, there's a decent chunk of people watching the stream.
Blows up,
right? No, you should. This is the thing. You should be blowing your own trumpet. You're free advertisement. You are free fucking content. It costs nothing to watch Twitch. It costs nothing to watch YouTube. Right. It's not like they're wasting their money in China trying to get the game up there. You're sitting there playing it anyway. Fucking, what's Twitter? 140 fucking characters. Enter. Done. Easy peasy.
Easy peasy.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think they went to Overwatch.
Amazon Games.
Did they go to Amazon?
It's hard.
Well, that's not even out yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Amazon's got that big dick money.
They do have that big dick money.
Whenever you own half the world, you got that big dick money.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like seriously,
Helps.
They own Twitch. They own this podcast. You realize that, right?
Yeah.
We're basically
we love you, Amazon.
We're basically property of Colin. Right now, I'm owned by Colin, and so are you, Ajaxx, because you're on Twitch.
True.
We belong to Colin because he belongs to. He belongs to Amazon. Twitch belongs to Amazon. We're basically Colin, actually. We're the same as Colin. Holy shit!
I need to get an Amazon T-shirt.
Yeah. Do I own all the elitists? Yeah, I do own the. I'm the ultimate elitist, guys. I'm the most elitist player in Guild Wars 2. Like DNT, HP, those guys have got nothing on me. Okay, obviously there's the two major guilds, the two top tier guilds, HP and DNT. Or, they're like obviously an EU just dominated by HP, NA dominated by DNT. So there you go.
What happened to Scro? Is there not like a top EU guild called fucking Snowcrows or some shit? No?
Snowcrows? Nah. I got beaten by HP in a fractal record, but never mind. That's a quite old spicy piece of drama right now. But I'm joking. Just in case someone takes that seriously, okay?
No, he's not.
Just in case. The interesting point in chat actually, and this is a thing that I don't think we're ever going to see, but I think it would be kind of interesting to talk about it. Do we need a test server for the game? Not even for PvP, because I think this would be good for PvP. I think this would be really good for PvP. That would help balance the game faster, or at least like a test arena. Suppose they could apply custom rules, like custom skill balance to an arena, so you could go in there and try the new sigils. Because I think that would actually be really good.
PvP, yes. World, no. PvE, no. PvE simply because it's not like World of Warcraft where you're testing 40-man mechanics or 25-man mechanics. And there's not the PvE loot there. There's not. I don't know. For PvP, yes. For PvE, no, not in Guild Wars.
Fair enough.
PvE raids is such a small part, whereas the majority of people do the open world. Can you really beta test an open world event, and then it comes out 4 or 5 months later? Fuck, I've done that. No point.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's fair. I mean, they certainly need to improve their testing practice or fix something in the production line, because raids have a tendency to be broken on release, as we've seen with I think Wing 2 was actually not broken. There was actually an exploit you could do in Wing 2, but other than that, it was mostly not broken. Wing 1, I think, was not broken. But Wing 3 was... Ooh, yeah, I mean, there's still some stuff wrong with it now, guys. There's still some weird-ass bugs going on in Wing 3. And there's weird-ass bugs in Wing 4 as well, right? That haven't been fixed.
Yep.
Were caught, though, apparently. Like I said, guys, I mean, this is... Someone has claimed that they were actually caught, but they still haven't been fixed. Usually on Reddit, even some bugs on Reddit. A bug thread on Reddit. Some guy who was claiming to be from the testing team... said they knew about it, they just didn't fix it. So, yeah. Yeah, exactly, as Rocker says, I mean, just like I said, Wing 3, still bugged, Zera is weird, KC is weird, there's a lot of stuff. Then again, would you spoil the raid for you to go and test it? I mean, no, I wouldn't do it, but it doesn't mean it doesn't need to be done.
Right.
Yeah.
I have no problem having like their secret meetings with guilds. Come try this. Come try this.
Yeah, exactly.
That's fine. That's fine.
Well, I think there's only 2 guilds anymore, and I don't know how.
For Wing 4, at least there are only 2. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't know how much communication there is or isn't there. But
for PvP,
yeah.
You could easily test something. Like they could just throw up whatever sigils they want to remove, and here's the new ones. Have a go. What do you guys think? Let us know.
Yeah.
And then,
I mean, I think that's great. I just think they need to balance the game more often. I don't think they balance nearly enough
for PvP or PvE?
For any of the game modes, to be quite honest.
PvP is not bad. Season 5 and 6 have been probably the best. The only tiers that you really hear about is Revenants not being able to one-shot people with Staff 5, but fuck them. The Revs, no one cares anyway.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow. Harsh.
And more Rev hate. You realize Inks is the only Rev main in the entire game, right? You're gonna bump him off now.
Yeah, but it's NA. Who cares?
Wow. Absolutely destroyed. Yeah.
I could play wherever I want, I'll have you know.
That's true. He's an ArenaNet shell. He can go wherever he wants.
I'm just lazy.
Bring your 400 MS over. Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty rough.
Yeah. But yeah, for PvP, easy test server.
Easy test server.
Because you don't gain anything from it. There's no rewards. There's nothing you're going to spoil, story wise.
Yeah, it's true.
I think I do think the key would be to somehow wire it into the live client. Actually, I would think it should be like a custom arena that has the New Balance on it and with the new sigils, because that's pretty much the only way you're going to actually push a lot of players through it. I think, like, if you have at the top of the game browser, aha, shiny New Balance, and then you can have kind of devs over there with a magnifying glass looking at the little players running around in circles, like, what's going on here? What the fuck's going on? And give rewards for it as well. Like, you have to reward people for doing stuff. If you do it, you get like 1 AP or something, and people will love that shit. They'll go, be a tester, test the game.
No, people would hate that shit, because what about the people who work 24 hours a day and can't get home to get their 1 AP? Do you not remember the drama whenever Season 5 came out?
And they've had AP on the titles, yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. What a cringe fiesta.
Yeah, because there was some guy who was like, I have near whatever the max AP is, and I won't be able to get this.
I can't get it. Feels bad, man.
AP, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. AP hunters,
yeah,
man.
and for it's funny because for someone like myself who even sort of hunts AP, didn't even bother me.
Yeah, some people are a bit weird though, aren't they?
But there is those people that AP is everything in this game.
Yeah. Some people are really into AP. They love that shit.
Yeah.
I think there's sort of this, I don't want to say culture, but there's sort of this subsect of people who believe that they are entitled to get everything.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, clearly, I don't really think that that's necessarily a healthy thing to think. A healthy way to think that you need to have everything, or that you're entitled to have everything, rather than earning those things.
Because I think, see the way they've been starting to bring out CM of like fractals and raids. See, whenever they start bringing out CM skins, the shit'll hit the fan. I can't get this.
Oh yeah.
Holy shit. Because World of Warcraft had that. Whenever World of Warcraft had normal raids and then a different color, because obviously they can't dye shit, basic bitch game. But they then had, like, you do a hard mode, you get a different color. Oh, I can't get that color. Why can't I get that color? That's not fair. Guild Wars would be 1,000 times worse.
Oh yeah, they're never going to do that. That's not happening. Well, I kind of hope it does. It would be really cool, but I think the shitstorm would be It would be like nothing ever. I don't even want to describe it. It would be like, imagine if it was Sharknado, but instead of sharks, it's feces. That's basically what it would be.
Do you get AP on killing CM bosses?
Yeah, you do. You get 25
Holy
AP.
shit,
Yeah. You get 25 AP for doing all of them. Right? Yeah, you do. Yeah.
You get 25 AP for talking to a tree. Who gives a shit?
Oh,
That's pretty hard, you know.
You get 20 AP for a full SAB Tribulation collection. You get more AP for talking to a tree. Like, why does it even matter? It's so arbitrary. It's just like, how many points? 50 points. Congratulations.
50 AP. All right. Well, I mean, we got to get everyone up there eventually.
At the end of all those achievement points is that nice shiny little box with 2 gold, 5 gold, 400 gems.
Oh, damn, dude. I mean, you say that, but I actually really like it. When I open it, I see 2% magic find. Holy shit! No, seriously, I love that. That's awesome. Like at the end of every month, I've been logging in for a day, and I get the 2% gold find, even though I know it's complete dog shit and does nothing. It's just,
enjoy your extra copper. Enjoy that extra copper.
2% gold find. I seriously love it. I would
2%.
Because the thing is, I don't give a shit about AP at all, and I still have a shit ton of it just because I have no life, right? If they made achievements that had plus 1% magic find, I would be on that right away. I gotta do it. I gotta get my 1% magic find. I gotta get 1% gold find. I've got to get in there. I want my 1% gold find. Yeah. But it's because I just.
Do you remember a couple of months ago you guys were talking about like being capped on magic find, and then I said to Teapot about, well, if you're capped on magic find, any salvaged magic should go into like plus karma.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why not? I know there's people who have max magic find and have banks full of fucking plus 100s or whatever the fuck the top one is, 500s. Why not use it for something else? Easy.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah. I've got a copious amount of luck, like loads of it. But I'd love to see I would love to see more weird progression like that. You know, more magic find cap, or some way to increase karma, or gold, or I don't know, how many hairstyles a character can have, like grow another hair, grow another head, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah,
that'll be good. It'll be good shit. I love it. What the hell's going on?
Grow another head.
Grow another head. Yeah.
It's coming out of Brazil's coming out of my neck.
Oh no. Brazil. I mean, Brazil's gone, guys.
Sad news.
Copious amount. Yeah, this is actually bullshit. I'm pretty sure ArenaNet has cursed me. I'm raiding on about 4 accounts every week, and I haven't got a ghostly infusion for months. So if you think about it, that's actually like a year without a single ghostly infusion if you count on 1 account, because I clear on about 4 accounts.
You're just bad, you lazy shit. Let's be honest.
What you think? You're saying I'm bad?
I'm just bad.
Yeah, it's fucking bullshit. I mean, I'm never lucky. Seriously, I'm honestly never, ever lucky. And then you see Sam doing a casino stream yesterday. He was opening Black Lion chests. Okay, he was opening Black Lion chests. Okay, and what does he get? He gets a permanent hairstyle contract and 6 elemental swords.
How many keys did he use?
I don't think it was even that many. It was like 100 keys or something.
Figures. It's Sam.
And
how much is the permanent worth? Like 3,000 gold?
A lot.
It's like 4K, I think. I mean, it's not your level of luck. Okay, what
he opened 6 swords, and that contract.
Oh, it was 50 keys. It was 50 keys. Holy shit!
Someone just said.
Oh, it was 75. Okay.
75. Still, I got 1 sword and 76 keys, and no permanent contract. Yeah. I mean, the permanent contract is just super lucky.
And he got an ancient wood node. God damn! Is it actually rigged? Is it fucking rigged?
That's crazy.
Still better. I still win though, Teapot, because I got game credits. For
you actually you tell us a story. Tell us a story. Okay.
What easy fucking chack sack?
Easy chack egg sack.
Yeah.
I didn't 10K. Even 10K instant 10K. Easy. You like that? Yeah, easy. Yeah.
And the first thing someone said to me was, "There's a Guild Wars 2 Reddit where you could have sold that for real money." I was like, no, I don't care.
You get cash in.
Yeah.
Don't do that, guys. That's against user agreement. And yeah, if you do that, you're gonna get banned. You lose your account.
Remus said that all his luck was like the first 25 keys. Apparently, that's even crazier.
Damn, that's really fucking lucky. I opened 25 keys and I got the elemental sword, and then nothing else.
My worst with Black Lion keys was the blimp glider, 80 keys, and I don't even use the fucking glider anymore.
I don't like Black Lion keys. I think they're stupid. It's gambling. It's pure RNG, and you're probably not going to get your money worth. Unless you're Sam, then you are, because then you're going to make serious bank.
But buy gems, fund X-Pac 2 and 3 and 4, please, thank you.
Yeah. I wonder if how many keys they actually sell. Do you think keys are actually a big part of their sales? Do you think it's a big part of the sales?
I think every time they refresh it and they add a new item, I think more recently they are. I don't know about, well, maybe in the past, but I think more recently they have been.
I would say
especially if they keep putting skins in there like these nostalgic swords, they're going to continue to sell a lot of RNG chests, just because people who have any like memory of Guild Wars 1 are going to want these things.
Yeah. All right, we got.
I also think like their Black Lion ticket weapons, if they're good, that probably bumps up quite a bit. Like these new bestial weapons, well done. Whoever fucking designed those, well done. They're probably the best weapons since the scientific ones. About what 6-8 months ago, 9 months ago, 10.
Well, they do look really good. There's plenty of Black Lion skins that look damn great as well. There's a whole bunch of sets that look fantastic.
But then you get the batshit crazy ones, like the love fucking ones, the ones before these ones.
The devoted ones. They're pretty good though, actually. They're pretty decent, I think.
Right, okay.
Well, I mean, I think from a quality perspective, I think they're actually pretty solid. I got a whole bunch of them. But
I think if they're good, that probably helps bump up the old gem prices and stuff. Or buying gems.
Sure. Yeah, sure. I guess a lot of people do buy them, but I mean, I just if they start to sell like convenience items, I'm just gonna buy them because I like convenience items. Easy money. It's easy money. Sell me guild slots, actually. Because seriously, I sell me guild slots, guys. Actually. Because I want to join a guild called Make Underworld Great Again, but I don't want to leave any of my 5 guilds. Okay? Because, I mean, I guess I could... some of them I don't really do anything with. But still, I want to join more guilds.
1,000 gems. Easy mode.
I am sentimentally attached to some of the guilds. Okay? And therefore I cannot leave them.
They could easily sell a guild slot for 800 gems. Boom. Instant buy for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Or you could just say, fuck it, and just disband Salt.
Disband Salt and then join Make Underworld Great Again.
It's already in chat. It's already in chat.
Well, I mean, because we were talking about it on stream, so they had a head start. I said, yeah, what if I just disband Salt and join Make Underworld Great Again instead? So, yeah, there we go.
Someone saying the Chinese market had a permanent contract.
Oh, oh my god.
So, yeah, but...
Are these guys fucking ERPing? What the hell is this?
So the Chinese client had, I think it was all of the endless contracts, perma contracts, for the equivalency of 35 USD.
A month?
No, for just one-time sale.
What the fuck?
But the Chinese client is very different. First of all, that is all monitored and controlled by Guangzhou, or however you pronounce it. And their method, like their VIP status and their gem store, like at one point you could be VIP and get like a legendary weapon after I don't know how long, so many months or something like that. Their system is just very different from North America and EU and the way the store is run. If ArenaNet ever did something like that for the non-Chinese client, it would cost you way more than $35. And I don't think they're even then. I don't know that they would actually sell it to us. They'd rather us RNG it and all that stuff.
It would probably hurt Guild Wars for like the West because it'd be Guild Wars is now pay to win. Fuck that game.
Yeah, you don't want to let any kind of thought that the game is paid to win at all. You don't want to let that in.
I think Guild Wars' model is fucking 10-10. Even their free to play. Their free to play is the best free to play.
Yeah. I think the business model of Guild Wars is actually really good. I don't know what to say about that. I think it's a good model, and they should continue with it and release more things and sell me convenience. It's all about selling that convenience. That what makes the money.
I have no idea what the Guild Wars 2 population and stuff in China is like. It was strong but that was almost a year ago. I have no idea what it's like today. I haven't heard updates in a long time.
Yeah. That kind of died out a little bit. It's kind of, oh, well, you know, that's the thing. We haven't even seen them do any raiding, have we? You guys remember that? On I love those guys, seriously. If any of them are watching, please come back. Because your Reddit posts are just art. When you have... Because they just say, yeah, this is guys, this is our 6 gays, Gorseval. But then they have guys, but crossed out, and then they put gays. They crossed out guys. They did it correctly, but then they put gays.
was it the Chinese are better at raiding than everybody else?
Yeah. I don't know. It was just very unusual, and damn, those guys were awesome. They were fucking legends. Okay. Because in chat, they would just type really...
They were good, though, right?
Yeah, they were good players, right? And then they would type really weird shit in the comments. Like, they would reply and kind of reply with nonsense, but they were actually good at the game, and they were, like, big fans of QT and SC.
They're probably using Google to translate English for them, and, well, we know how well that works out.
Yeah. Oh, those guys were great. Hey, they need to come back. They were awesome, okay? They were awesome.
Were the Chinese the first people to do, like... raid bosses with less than 10?
No.
Am I right in saying that? No?
I don't think so. But they did some pretty impressive low man stuff, honestly. Although they may have had plus 15 power infusions as well. That's a bit rigged.
What the fuck?
So, yeah, but I'm not sure if that's totally confirmed.
You need that for World to World.
There may have been some funky stuff going on with the infusions that gave them a lot of extra DPS. But they did cool strategies, and they were good players. And they have different Chinese clients. With different damage modifiers because they can't have blood. You can get 18? Holy shit. Plus 18 power infusions? That's pretty fucking good.
Snazzle says they didn't use
well, there we go then. Okay, they didn't use plus 15. But still, you can get them. That's pretty crazy. I could do some plus 15 power infusions. Holy shit.
It was always fun. Every once in a while, I'd have somebody pop into the stream who could log on to the Chinese, like they played the Chinese client and like European client or something. And it was always interesting to hear like how their population was doing or what they were interested in, because there are some pretty stark differences between the games, and I find that stuff interesting.
Yeah, but it's been a while. I mean, that's kind of another thing, again, a little bit off topic, but you just don't see people really care about records anymore as well, which is kind of funny. And as much as I would love to see more spicy drama over people like pipping each other for records... Like, wait, I mean, have you seen any like Wing 4 speed kills? No. You see casual kills, you see daily kills, right? So yeah, exactly. You know, I mean, obviously on NA, like NA aren't gonna get records anyway, guys. You know, McGee.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
You know, you guys are great. Like, we had a great Demos CM, dude. But I mean, come on, it's NA. Nah, I love you. I love you guys. All right, I love you guys. Okay. But like, no one's really down. Like, no one gives a shit anymore. Wing 4 bosses aren't conducive to speed kills. Why not? And they're just like golems. They're just golems.
Do you not think that everything's been done? Every possible setup's been done for every possible boss. Like, didn't you kill the first boss, Wing 4, with just Ellies? Fucking healing Ellies or some shit?
Yeah, we did, but we did that on a bunch of other bosses as well. It turns out 10 healing Ellies will basically kill anything. It's not an NA bash stream, okay? Otherwise, Enko's going to be onto me. He's going to be very upset, okay? NA are very... And they got world first Samrog Challenger, okay? Like, NA are very competent players, guys, okay? They're all very good. That's true, right? That's actually a good point. It's because like on the Wing 4 bosses, like there's no strategy. There's no like 6 strat you can do. It's kind of, well, this is how you do it. This is how you do it. It's a golem. Attack it and don't get hit. There's no like there's no distorting greens, right? There's no crazy shit like that.
Is Wing 4 basically throw as many Condi Rangers as you can at it? Is that basically Wing 4?
More or less, except you insert DPS class here, right? It's just like spike everything really, really fucking hard, and the fight will be over incredibly fast, and so fast that the mechanics don't really even happen. Especially on the first 2 bosses. The first 2 bosses, like when you can kill the first 2 bosses so fast that basically nothing happens. Because there's a weird, the abilities on some of the bosses in Wing 4 are actually kind of weird though. Because they're time-based a lot of the time, and HP-based, right? It's like, a lot of the times, you know, new phase, new mechanic. But some of the mechanics don't even happen if you kill it fast enough, right? For example, on the first boss, he has a weird donut attack, and also a spin attack. Like, if you kill them fast enough, you won't ever see that. because it's time based and HP based, so it's just a bit weird.
Yeah, but
Hamato.
Do you think the two guilds that were like testing for ArenaNet were like, oh shit, let's throw 17 fucking Condi Rangers at it? Who the fuck even thought of that? You know?
Well, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what they tested.
I don't think
Did
so.
ArenaNet ever test for 10 healing Ellies?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. That is true. But I mean, I don't think they'd really care about that.
No.
They would if
No,
you
I
killed
don't
it
think
fast.
Yeah.
But
true.
Hamato brings up a good point. And this is something that Nike sort of made a video about, or echoed this sentiment in a video, and that is that records are only interesting when they're doing a different strat, or when they're doing like a new strat for a boss that you haven't seen before. If you're just one-upping each other on time, on RNG time,
it's not very exciting.
It's not that exciting.
Yeah.
It's not that.
It's just haha.
Players are generally not that driven to do something like that. If there's an interesting strat, or some, like you said, distorting green, something crazy like that, then you'll see that kind of thing. But
it's just all our players did a slightly better rotation than that other guild. Got him good. It's just our composition was slightly better. Gotcha.
What about this teapot for you? You should be spawning world bosses and killing them as fast. Should be world boss records.
Well, HT, I mean, that's HT's job. And what's happened to them?
ATT used to do world boss speed kills. We had some pretty good ones when I was in that guild. We had some pretty good, and that was some of that was even before Heart of Thorns. It was fun.
See, everything's been done.
Killing like Hamato would probably remember better than I do, but we killed like the jungle worm that's in the Silvari map.
Yeah.
What the hell is the map called? Anyway, we killed it in like 50 seconds or something like that.
Nice.
And that's even like without, it's hard to control map population and composition and stuff like that, so you could probably even get it, even better.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
It's just not something that happens anymore. I mean, I really like world bosses. I think world bosses are actually a lot of fun. Like any big group activity is a lot of fun to do, But we haven't really seen any of that in all of Heart of Thorns, right? I mean, there was the Garant, but then they nerfed it to the point where it's kind of it doesn't really fail, unless you're on Nike stream, then it fails.
Do you think X-Pac 2 will have world bosses or big meta events?
So.
I hope so. I
hope
really
so.
do. Yeah, I definitely hope so. But
I hope it's not exactly like Heart of Thorns, where every map was meta event driven. I hope there's like a mix in there. But I do want to see like a world bosses or like large meta events.
Because there's nothing there's nothing in the new maps right at the minute, like big major meta events.
Like Zelix was saying that Wooden Potatoes was doing one. He was doing one the other day where he uses this frost gun, which is like you buy it from and you take as many necros as possible, and then you one shot the Garant.
Because it has a really weird interaction with it has exactly what you'd expect with Deathly Chill. 3 bleeds per chill, so you got like 50k bleeds on it. It's crazy shit.
He got his killed in one burn, and I think one or two others kind of failed it or something, but they got pretty close to doing it.
Clown Fiesta. Fucking Clown Fiesta.
On EU, they just farm Silver Waste, and I'm pretty sure there's a guild that runs necros for Silver Waste farm, perma Silver Wastes, and they use those guns on the Vine Wraith and just fucking blow it up.
It's funny.
Oh, it's funny.
Just to fucking tomahawk the shit out of it.
It's pretty funny, actually. Tomahawk missile it.
Yeah.
That's good stuff. Yeah. Blow it up. And so let's have a final thought before we evacuate the area because of the missiles. So elite specializations. Do you think they should power creep it? Do you think it is going to power creep? And do you think that's a good thing or not? Because let's be real here, okay? Especially in PvP, there are some very niche base class spec builds, right? But pretty much across the board, the meta builds, it's all about the elite specs. PvE as well, except for Scrappers. It's a slightly worse example. It's all about those elite specs. Only World versus World has achieved balance, because then you can have both, okay? Think about it. Base Guardian. Base Guardian ain't going anywhere. That shit's broken. But then again, it's mostly also elite specs. So yeah. So there's gonna be sick power creep, guys. It's probably gonna happen. That's how they're gonna sell. They're gonna power creep the fuck out of the game so they can sell copies. Exactly. Connie Ranger, good point, Hef. Actually, you got Connie Ranger.
Yeah, but that took a while for it to come into its own, right? At the release of Heart of Thorns, Connie Ranger wasn't as good as it is now.
And doesn't Connie Ranger need Heart of Thorns stats like Vipers or some shit, right?
Yeah. Use Viper.
Yeah, so it wouldn't have been there anyway without the expansion.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
There are a couple. Power NG.
Yeah, and NG as well.
Again, though, you're using
and
Viper stats, but it was. I mean, Condi NG was still really good, even with Sinister stats. It's just even better with Viper.
What's actually better? Sorry, just to go off. Is Condi NG better in PvE or is Condi Ranger better? From what I hear, you need to have Carpal Tunnel and 17 fingers to play Condi NG and like Optimum.
I think NG's also got the 150 stat buff as well. It's like it's really good. I think if you play it correctly, like NG is better. But also then if you have the NG, then the Rangers become really fucking sick because you get the extra 150 damage as well.
Okay.
So it's like it's kind of you like either. Yeah.
And while
they do different things. They have different utilities.
While I think like NG's, I think NG is a bit exaggerated on its rotations and stuff by people sometimes. Where Condi Ranger is a lot more simplistic.
It's like Connie Ranger is like totally brain dead.
That's what I like.
So what you're trying to say is it's like Dragon Hunter in PvP. It's just fucking easy peasy.
Dude, you play Warrior.
Warrior is one step above Dragon Hunter. Warrior is good by numbers. Dragon Hunter is sticking crayons in your nose.
I really wish I had a crown here.
Wow,
that's pretty good.
You have to be ha 12 to play a Dragon Hunter.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's too good.
Realistically, guys, I mean, as chat says, in some way the elite specs have to be better. They have to do something different. They have to do something different.
Well, they
at minimum.
They don't have to be better, but they need to do something different.
They need
something
to be
differently viable.
They need to be better in some way, right?
No, they have to be.
I think they will be better, but I don't think they have to be better.
I hope they're the same, because it has to be a different play style. It has to be, here's your basic bitch warrior core. Oh, motorbike. There's your basic bitch warrior core, right? And then here's your elite specializations. Having one elite specialization for a warrior that's better than the other shouldn't be, because, you know, the damage should be, not saying the damage should be the same, but the playstyle should be different, but the overall
effectiveness should be the same. Yeah.
You know,
I think that's the dream. That's definitely the dream.
You can't have, oh, well, there's no point taking fucking Heart of Thorns elite spec. It's fucking dog shit. I'll take, you know, Heart of Underwater combat Thorns. You know, it's elite spec's far better. They have to be better than core, different than what's currently there, but not massively out of the way. You know, better.
It has to be better than core at this point because, like, of how much better the elite specs are.
Yeah, they will be. I mean, they will be. They just will be better than core. That's the sort of the precedent that's been set. Just giving it a different play style but equal power would be preferable, I think. But I think they'll still be power creeped a little bit in what they do. And there's some really tough ones out there too. Like, how do you freaking anyway? Motorcycle.
Fast and the Furious 17 being
yeah. Somebody thinks he's Vin Diesel out on a motorcycle by my building.
I'm actually really worried about what Warrior gets, because like I have me in Warrior. It's the only thing I play. Everything else that I own is a bank, right? Because for me, Warrior is okay. There's Condi damage and stuff, but Warrior is physical, right? Okay, it's got the burns and the blades and stuff like that there, but we're not talking. I'm talking more like a Necro is all about like.
Oh, Nike with the inside info again, giving the winky face. Just wait and see how they're gonna get rid of Chrono. I mean, I think somebody else is going to get something equal to what Chronomancer currently provides, a different class, and then they'll give something to Chronomancer that allows him to do maybe more damage or something like that. And that way you can take Chronomancer and something else, and then if you want to play another Chronomancer, it frees you up to be Condi or whatever.
Yeah. But for me, Warrior, it's like, I'm a warrior, right? I'm a potato with a fucking weapon.
Smash.
Stuff. Yeah, I smork the
Smash.
Stuff out of people. right?
Yeah.
You can have an Ellie with like their swords that they're never gonna get and have like weird magical like water drops coming out of them. But at the end of the day, a warrior is a fucking basic motherfucker that headbutts people.
Yeah,
and that's
literally.
It. If you start giving me what warrior supposed to be getting dagger, spellbreaker, or whatever the fuck it's gonna be, sounds absolutely terrible.
What does it? That kind of sounds cool, don't you think?
No, it sounds no.
No.
Why can't I become like, I don't know, Captain Planet and just fucking destroy people?
But that's what Berserker is, though.
I want like Berserker. Someone over.
Like you want Berserker 2? Berserker the sequel?
I want double shields. I want to run through people. Juggernaut, give me Juggernaut.
Double shield.
Yeah.
There you go, boom, Juggernaut. That's the next spec. Easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like people are saying that they think Guardian is going to be able to replace or equal to Chrono's quickness.
That's the theory. Yeah, that's the theory.
And yeah, I think there's merit to that. I can see it happening with Tomes or something else.
You don't think that Druids or that Guardian's going to become the next support class, like a proper support class?
I think he will be. I think he'll be a quickness support,
quickness buffer,
healy.
Quickness healer.
Oh,
right,
so
healy,
not
buffy,
to take on
whatever.
the Druid then, no? Nothing to take on Druid for the healing wise?
Well, it will be a healer that does a different type of utility. Like so, Druid is it heals and it puts buffs, and then the new Guardian will be it heals and it puts different buffs.
It gives quickness and healing or something, or who knows.
Yeah, the whole all of PvE is basically based around you have 6 classes to buff elementalists. That's basically what it is.
Druid is tough because the damage support that it provides, right? So Druid's going to be another one, or Ranger's going to be another one that's going to be interesting to see how they make people not take Druid.
Is there a class that you're worried about is going to be too strong in the next expansion? Like one for me, it's like PvP wise, is like what the fuck do they give Druid or sorry, Ranger?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm worried about how fucking broken that shit's gonna be.
I'm not so worried about who's gonna be overpowered because it'll be Elementalist.
I think Ellie is gonna be broken because it always is. Again, I guarantee it will be broken.
They're gonna give a little bit more nerf to Warhorn. What the hell is it called? Tempest, and so that they can overbuff like the next spec. I'm more worried about the classes that are gonna be basically scrappers. Where their elite spec is just trash and you don't really take it and nothing changes for the class in the expansion. Revenant and Necro.
Scrapper never ever made it into
Engineer raids, again. They'll give Engineer another Scrapper.
Scrapper never ever made it into raids, right? No, it was just dead from the word go.
Well,
we'll call it
there's
Scruffy 2.0 spec.
There was some speculation about how you could use it as a tank, but then it turns out that Mesmers can tank by basically just dodging everything. And basically any class can tank, as it turns out. And that you don't really need to be beefy at all. In fact, you end up running Berserker gear while tanking. So it just doesn't have any application. There's nothing that gives you more damage. Yes,
Scrapper is useful in World vs. World.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
But it doesn't. I think an elite spec, and maybe I'm wrong in my belief on this, but I think an elite spec should be useful in all of the formats that the game supports, in some respects. And Scrapper sort of falls short on that. I actually, believe it or not, I think Engi's going to be fine in the next expansion. I'm more worried kind of about Revenant and maybe Necro.
Really?
And maybe Necro will be fine, but they just have this tough balance with Necro because they have their form that they pop into.
How's Necro in raids?
It's actually pretty good. It's
Condia or Power?
Power is hell garbage. Like Power is so bad it made Brazil quit the game. But Necro, actually, Connie Necro is pretty solid. Connie Necro is pretty damn solid, guys. It's not top DPS or anything like that, but it's solid DPS, and it's very beefy. You're not gonna die. Very reliable DPS, except for the combo field shit that can get a little bit weird. But it does good damage, and it has really strong utility. Like Epidemic is really, really fucking good. Because like imagine Epidemic in PvP if no one dodged. Just think about that. Okay, like think how ridiculously ridiculous that would be.
What about whenever it was in World v World? Holy shit!
Exactly. Yeah. It's like repulsive. Exactly.
Yeah, again, Necro is OP in PvP and World vs. World. Okay, again, balance for all of the game modes. Okay,
Do you think
all of the
Necro?
game modes,
Do you think
not
Necro
just
will
two of
get
them.
another like Shroud? Because at the end of the
Yeah,
day,
it will.
it'll be 2 expansions with the same fucking shit. You push
Well,
F1,
I mean,
you turn into something
it's
else.
not really too much you can really do with it. It might be something like maybe okay. So you know how it changes weapon skills? Maybe it will be you press F1 and it changes just your utility skills or something. It's a bit like Druid, right? Like Druid changes your utility skills output and gives you a new bar. What if you keep your weapons, but you get new utilities? You get new utility skills or something like that. Like maybe mix it up a little bit. Mix it up. But it's kind of the same thing, I guess. But yeah, like Necro is like a very oppressive class. I like that. Like it's fucking dank.
I've never seen something more disgusting than whenever you were running around World v World with 30,000 plus HP.
Yeah, I love Trailblazer.
It was absolutely fucking disgusting.
It's great. I don't know, Necro and World vs. World. I think because of how good Deathly Chill is, like in World vs. World, maybe a little bit silly. Because every time you chill, 3 bleeds. That's pretty fucking good. I mean, obviously on an NPCs, like it just brings Necro up to where it should be. Its rightful place with very nice DPS. Well, I mean, it's a kind of okay DPS. I'm not gonna say it's fucking sick DPS, right? But it's decent DPS in PvE, right? And it is, you got to do the combo field stuff to actually maximize the potential. But never mind. But in World vs. World, it's pretty. It seems pretty goddamn crazy. Okay, like, to me. I mean, I'm not like fully. I'm not a World vs. World professional, but it seems you're really fucking good. Okay.
I think they need to change how the shroud button works to in the next spec.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they'll definitely be looking for that, like a different, fresh way to take it. Really.
What is the speculation weapon that Necro's getting next expansion?
Torch.
Sort of
burning, another Condi spec torch.
Chilled and burnt at the same time.
Yeah, gonna melt the ice. You get chilled, then it melts you. Turn into an ice cube, then you get melted.
Awful.
Ugh, horrifying.
Maybe PvE balance shouldn't revolve around 30k DPS, and it should be more about mechanics that use each spec unique skills.
Hey, that's what I've always said. Profession, utility. Like, instead of damage being the most important thing, have it as utility. Again, I feel like I say this all the time. You see it on Mercer Overseer. You can do it without Necros, but hell, Necro makes it completely fucking easy. Same on Demos. Bring a Necro, it makes stuff really, really easy as a specific utility. Because of how, Epidemic, it's a good skill, guys. And stuff like, Condi ranges are really good in Wing 4 because you can just get sick damage, and Immobilize is really handy on them, the third boss and the last boss. Yeah, easy. It's really good stuff. And then sometimes, bursting. Sometimes you need to burst stuff down. Ellie is still really good, right? Like, Ellie is always going to be the king of Keep Construct because you've got a 20-second window to absolutely drop the fucking nukes on a boss, okay? And that's what Ellie does. That's what Ellie's best. On Gorseval as well, to a certain extent, because he's got a big hitbox. That's what Ellie does. Like, Ellie is still the king in these places, but some other places, maybe you want to bring some other classes. On a smaller hitbox, maybe you bring some other stuff, okay? Because the Ellie's thingy, which is big hitbox, big burst, then it's not the best. So it's balanced around what each class does, right? And that's a really good way to balance the game, I think.
Do you think they'll normalize hitboxes then?
No, because I actually think that's a way you can balance the game. Like
hitboxes, yeah.
Yeah. That's something about the fight that you can balance the game around, right? So, because otherwise, in the previous state, it turned out like Ellie was just ridiculous, right? On every boss, you just run 4 Ellies because they did so much damage. But now it turns out that you can run Ellie on every single boss and do massive damage. Like, it's still really, really good damage with the other builds, but just you don't run staff on every single fucking boss anymore. It's not, you have to make a decision on what you want to do. Like, the Ellie is good on this fight, not so good on this fight. And, Condi range is really good here, NG, etc. Now you're right, yeah, haha, base. Yeah, but hey, at least not 4 out of 4 bosses, okay? It's, okay, we're making progress. You don't run it on every single boss.
See, I kind of like that. Like, I would love to see, obviously, whenever I raid, I'd love to see like NGs. I know I have friends who only play NGs or only play a certain class, and you never see them raid because they can't be bothered getting like the top Vipers gear or whatever they need. They want to play with the way they want to play. But it would be nice if you could. I like the fact that as playing a warrior, you play a Condi, you play a power. I like the swapping of the class as long as you can bring the class. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That makes
I completely agree. And I mean, let's make the statement again. Every single class is good, guys. Even Rev, you can play with Rev.
Really?
Okay, yeah. Even Rev. It's not even as bad as you think. You're going to look terrible on stuff like Keep Construct and bosses that don't have any mechanics. That's where you look bad. But on bosses where there are mechanics that are going to disrupt the Ellies and the other players, you're just going to be auto-attacking and spinning those hammers, and you're going to be doing nice damage. Like, maybe you'll even do more damage than the Condi Warriors, guys, okay? Maybe you'll even do more damage than Condi Warriors.
It's easier to keep your DPS uptime.
Yeah. Exactly.
Does Rev actually bring anything nowadays, apart from DPS? Or are they just unbelief?
Yeah, it doesn't really bring anything else that other classes don't.
Well, they're pretty decent for the break bar.
Yeah, they bring good CC, but then you have...
I mean, not that other classes don't, but their CC is pretty strong.
It is, but then you have like
their DPS is subpar. It's not the worst. It's not, it's okay.
Yeah. Feels Rev, man.
Revs can kite hands. Yeah, I mean, other classes can do that as well, but Revs have a spec for that, I guess.
Yeah.
So somebody wanted us to talk about, maybe the next expansion elite Rev spec, and the rumor is Shortbow Condi Rev is sort of the rumor.
It's pretty fucking scary.
It could be good. I'm still not thrilled with the way that Torment works in PvE. Unless they do bosses that really sort of... See, I don't know.
Well, you know the way they were trying to like separate PvP abilities from PvE abilities? Do you think that'll be pushed even harder in the next expansion? The split?
I think it'll be about the same. I think ArenaNet is still playing with the balance of where they want to split and how often. But I think it'll be a Condi shortbow spec. Might be interesting. We'll see.
Yeah.
Rev, the fucking dreamer. Shoot me now.
I think that they will. They'll try and make it good in every game mode. I would think so. Because that's what they seem to have done, right? With
that is an issue.
With the current, it's not pre-recorded. It's not pre-recorded, guys. We did the shoe on head. It ain't pre-recorded, okay? Yeah. We'll have to see. I mean, it could be the next horrifying thing in PvP. Like you don't get precision struck anymore. You don't get star 5'd. It's like a short bow, and it sets you on fire or something. They fire a short bow at you. You get 50 stacks of torment. Boom. What the fuck are you gonna
50
do?
Stacks.
Yeah.
50 stacks.
Yeah.
I mean, short bow could be really
Sounds
fun.
terrifying.
We'll see.
What kind of conditions would it put though? What conditions would Condi Rev short bow do?
It has to be Torment.
Torment?
Yeah. Torment.
And then what?
If you go,
maybe?
oh, fucking hell, that's even
A little confusion in there.
Oh yeah. There will be confusion. Yeah, I think confusion.
Maybe a daze. Maybe you need a little CC. Maybe a little daze.
Well, isn't this sort of counterintuitive that they have Malix? Malix is their Condi, the Condi Rev, right? That's
right.
Yeah,
but he doesn't have.
But he doesn't have a weapon.
Well,
So-
he has
mace.
He has a weapon.
Okay.
Rev already has Torment. Yeah, it already has Torment, but I
More
think
torments.
that it'll be
has to be
Torment
bleed, then.
chilled. Torment chilled and burning. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Unless we get new Condis and new villains.
Yeah, it might be a new Condi. It might be a new Condi just for it. Because if you think about it, like the only thing it doesn't have is bleeding, and Rev is not exactly a bleed.
Even if shortbow,
really?
even if shortbow doesn't have Torment on it, I think the spec will somehow enhance
Malix.
Torment
It'll make
from
Malix better.
Malix.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So there'll be a synergy between Malix and this new Condi spec, and Malix gives Torment and I think poison duration or something.
Yeah, it's got a really, really weird trait that gives it 50% poison duration. Like, holy shit.
Something.
Now that's value right there.
So while the shortbow might not give Torment, that's a good point that Chad is making. I think that there'll be traits that enhance Torment or something like that.
Is there
They
speculation?
they could get a new condition maybe.
Yeah.
Is there speculation on what the new stance for Rev's going to be?
I think so, actually.
I don't think I've heard anything.
Yeah. If it would be bow, then it could be...
If it's Condi, who would be a good Condi? legend. I don't know enough of the Guild Wars 1 like lore demon guys or whatever. Might not even be a demon, but
Maybe they kill Ritlock at the end of this expansion, and he becomes
Kill Ritlock, he becomes a legend. Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, he's a bit of
so
a
a lot of
bitch
people
jar.
have been saying things like Air.
Pyre
or
Fear Shot. Yeah,
Scarlet.
I've heard Pyre Fear Shot could be a good choice because he's Char guy, Char legend dude, Bo.
It'll be somebody from Alona. Yeah, it could be. Yeah, it could be.
Well, if it's someone from the desert, maybe it's going to be an absolute AIDS of fucking blind
Koss.
spam.
Koss.
Oh
Blind
my
everywhere.
gosh! But Koss is not.
He's
really
a warrior though.
Yeah, Koss would be awesome though. Can you? Oh man! Summon the Broforce.
So, how can he eat? Like, I mean, could he have used? I mean, Koss can use a short bow. Like he's Guild Wars 1. You can use any weapon you want. Any weapon you want.
Yeah, but he's not known for. He's not known for.
Urgoz? Oh, Urgoz. Yeah, that'd be kind of interesting.
I just what I don't want to see, and hopefully we won't see this. I don't want to see like a freshly dead character be the next legend. I don't want to see a Tybalt. I don't want to see an Air. I don't want to see a Scarlet. I don't like it's they're too fresh.
You wouldn't pay 5,000 gems to get Tammy as the next Rev
No,
special edition?
I would never even use her. I don't even care if she's the best DPS in the game. I wouldn't even use her. I'd just delete the character. Just get rid of her.
Wow.
Yeah.
Kill Glenna.
Some people are giving a lot of really good Traherne Legend now. Yeah, like yeah. But yeah, some people are giving some really good ones from like Guild Wars 1 and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, Traherne.
Traherne.
Commander. That'll be his thing when you switch to him. Commander.
Yeah.
The most useless NPC
God.
ever.
This won't end well. Yeah.
This one, yeah, that'll be another one of his things. This won't end well. You're about to die, and he says this won't end well.
You could switch to Timey Legend, and your legs stop working. You start walking 75% slower.
Oh God.
You got rickets.
Well, I have the book over here. That's true, Rima. Glint hasn't been dead for that long. That's kind of true. Yeah. But Glint feels legendary, right? Traherne, Tybalt, they don't really feel that legendary to me.
Nah, they're not.
They're freshly dead, and they don't really feel that legendary.
Barely cooled down. Barely cooled down. Isn't isn't Tybalt an undead anyway? Like roaming around, you can go kill him, right?
No, that was he was like all of them were in the Tower of Nightmares, but you were suffering from LSD or something.
Isn't there like an event in one of the zones where you can fight them and they kind of torment you, like meme you while you kill them, like haha, got him.
Is there? Maybe.
So, someone in chat's gonna know. Mithrin is gonna know. Okay, so
Marjorie's sister.
No.
Like we barely had time to even know.
Not exactly a legend.
her.
She didn't do anything.
Yeah.
All she did was get killed. That's not even hard.
The legend of being strung up by vines.
Yeah.
Fucking hentai tentacle porn.
Yeah, ooh. Damn, careful. Don't mention that. There are plenty of weeaboos in chat.
Yeah, I was gonna say your chat's gonna fucking.
Yeah.
Big Nose Ted legend, yes. I'm Big Nose Ted.
Might be a little bit underwhelming. Oh my goodness. In the Tower of Nightmares, you may encounter dead men to Traherne.
Marjorie had a sister?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
believe it or not.
Yeah, she did. How about that?
She was really good at dying.
Ah, there we go. There's an event in Bloodtide Coast where you fight a risen commander that mocks you about Tybalt's death. But isn't it a char if you did the Tybalt storyline? And doesn't it like change based on what storyline you did? Or am I just completely wrong there? I don't know.
Oh, Dorora brings up a good one. Raza.
Oh yeah, because then you'd have Ritualist. They put Ritualist in the game, and you can summon spirits that do Condi damage.
Yeah.
You summon spirits to do Condi.
This game
Possible.
fucking ArenaNet love
Holy
Condis, man,
shit.
beyond belief. They fucking love Condi damage and Condis.
Do they though?
Raza is a
Yeah.
very good choice, I think. It's a good possibility.
How about Doroyer as a legend? We kill Doroyer in real life and make him into a legend.
You don't have to. He's gonna
I don't know.
gonna...
With the amount of time he's been dying in World versus World, he certainly could be made into a goddamn legend. Holy shit.
Wow. Whoa.
It's like a meme on the stream at this point. And we just say, oh, there he goes again. Doroyer's dead.
dropping legendary loot bags.
Yeah. He was actually we're at the point where we actually think that you might have actually been working for the enemy, like feeding them points. Okay. Togo Rosar, yeah, exactly. It's kind of the same thing. Dungeons is a legend because they're so dead. Yeah, you could do that as well.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Almost as dead as the fucking home instance.
Yeah.
The legend of the dungeons.
Oh, the home instance is always alive though. Like you got to harvest all that shit, dude.
I would love them to do something with the home instance. I would love Guild Wars to have a little bit of micromanagement.
A legit home instance.
Just something to do.
So wait, like Farmville? You want Farmville in the game?
No, just something.
Would you
like...
say microtransactions? No problem. We got you covered.
Yeah, true.
More home instance nodes and cats coming your way.
Fucking cats.
I want them to put a cat for your home instance in the gem store. 200 gems. Let's make it happen. Instant buy, instant sale for people. You don't make it too expensive. Nice and cheap. 200 gems.
Yeah. Okay.
And he like glows or something.
Beautiful.
So you pick them out.
And that's easy gems.
You get to see him once a day whenever you're farming your nodes, and then you fuck off and never see him again for 24 hours.
Look at this. Behold, my friends.
Gem encrusted cat.
Behold. Look at this.
Made out of gems.
Kill the Risen Commander to avenge Tybalt. The Risen Commander is always a Char, so this is like implied that this is Tybalt. Kill the Risen Commander to avenge Forgal. Okay? But, oh wait, is it always a Norn though? Yeah, this event can only be triggered if the player is part of the Vigil, so I'm pretty sure that will only be a Norn. And then you avenge the Sylvari as well. Yes, exactly. There you go. Fucking confirmed. I told you that.
Yeah, the cat glows and gives 25 AP when you talk to him daily.
Yeah. For a max of
25 AP every day for talking to the cat. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Mm-hmm. And it just goes meow.
Wow.
This cat looks hungry.
Yeah, delicious. I mean, that seems pretty legit. Yeah, that sounds about right. Well, I think that's about it, isn't it, guys? Should we go away now? Should we run away? I think it's time.
Yes, we should.
Yeah, let's
fun time.
Yeah, a fun tea time, guys.
In before unpartnered and fired.
Yep, we're fucked, guys. We're completely screwed. But we've now ended your career, Ajaxx. Why don't you just like tell us about what you did before you ended your career by coming on this show? Like, Colin, what do you do? Who are you? A true warrior main.
Well, I smoke and warrior, and then I die and lose rating and don't win as much back. That's basically what happens.
So pretty standard then. Pretty standard.
Pretty standard. Yeah.
There we go, guys. The bot has linked it. Behold, go and look at that channel. It's got an interesting, tiger, maybe special needs tiger with an extra few chromosomes.
Don't talk shit about Kenny, motherfucker.
Yeah, as a little bit of a thumbnail there. Yeah, there you go. That's it. Go say hi to Ajaxx. He's there, streaming all the time, smashing stuff up with Warrior. Follow. Check him out. He's a good guy. Now. Yeah, exactly. Why don't you tell everyone to follow Ewings as well? Come on. Well, let's fucking go.
I'm gonna need it, guys. I'm gonna need the follows after.
He needs the follows
from after the fallout of this episode.
Ooh, nice.
So make sure you follow Twitch, YouTube. I've actually been sick for like the last week and a half, so there will be videos next week, or at least a video next week, and trying to figure the stream thing out still. The computer sometimes cooperates. Depends whether Guild Wars 2 wants me to play or not that day. So we'll see. I'm working on it.
All right. There we go. And finally, it is me. Follow the stream or don't. Maybe you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, definitely follow. And if you, you should subscribe if you really enjoyed it. Like if you thought it was okay, right. If we got certain levels. Like if it's okay, follow. Okay. If it's like holy shit. This has enriched my life. Then it's time to subscribe, guys, okay? Every subscribe will bring us closer and closer to a true delusional, elitist, toxic community, and that's exactly what we want, guys, okay? Become a legendary insight today, my friends.
I'm not actually following your stream, I just realized.
What the fuck? Get off this show, you fuck.
No, do you want to know something?
Get the fuck off.
I'm going to fucking win a giveaway, not subscribed, not followed.
Oh, no, you will never win the giveaway. And speaking of giveaways, actually, guys, we're doing a treasure hunt on Tuesday. That's kind of a thing. And we got 500 golden prizes. Okay, we got Ghostly Infusion to give away.
Wow.
And it's
How do
going
I
to be
win?
an exciting, a community event where we're going to run around open world and get trolled. It's going to be really good. It's not even a shitty infusion. It's a plus condition one as well, guys. It's fucking crazy shit. So yeah, be there or don't. And that's it. Follow me, follow these fine gentlemen, and we'll see you guys later. It's time to host someone. But until then, well, until next time, see you guys later. Go say hi to whoever I'm hosting. Who should we host, actually?
Thanks for watching.
See you later, guys. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.